Okay. Yes, welcome back. Another episode on Route to Clarity. The draw out myself, Agent X. We got a special one today. We actually have got a guest in the building, but they're off camera. A psychodynamic relationship counsellor, if I'm correct.
That's correct.
I'm getting nods, so I must be right. Couple of letters after the name as well. I won't go into it. MSCs and BSCs and all sorts of C's, but not BMF. But seriously though, fun and joke aside, yeah, we have a relationship counsellor in the building today, off camera. We'd like to respect her anonymity. Is that the right word? Do you know what I mean? And yeah, so we will call you Exhibit X for today, respectfully. Do you know what I mean? So you can be another X.
Another agent.
But yeah, another agent. Undercover agent. Double agent. But as we won't, I mean, I suppose technically we can go into a little bit about what you do, I suppose.
Yeah,
I suppose we can. So if you'd like to obviously share a little bit, not about yourself, but obviously about what you do. So when we say psychodynamic, that sounds very...
yeah. So the counselling that I do is a range. So CBT, cognitive behavioural therapy, humanistic, and psychodynamic. Now, psychodynamic goes into the past of how people were raised, their upbringing, their patterns of relating, the unconscious, so things that we've experienced when we were little, trauma, and how later on in life there'll be certain triggers that will make us relate as if we were a young child. And it's all relational. Okay. So we bring that into relationships. Any couples counselling, the room can heat up very quickly.
I can imagine. Yeah. Okay, and how long have you been doing it, if you don't mind me asking?
About 5 years.
About 5 years. Okay. All right, if there's no further questions, I will go straight into the question. Yeah? And the question today is courting versus dating. Or as I like to put it, we'll leave it at that. Courting versus dating for now. And has our dating system, or as I like to put it, our new age dating system, led to it being harder to find your life partner or love?
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely, especially with the whole, the lockdown for the past, 18 months. People are not organically getting to meet other people, not organically growing and getting to know people. We've got the social media, everything. I think we don't truly know people, and there's more chance to have a facade or a bravado, and it's harder to get to know people. I think in this day and age, people can hide behind masks a lot more, literally. And so I think with us being indoors as well, it's just been harder to meet somebody by chance, say for example. So I think the past 18 months has been very hard for singletons, more than ever.
Okay, Jay, what were you going to say?
What do you think about the fact that dating's become big business? So do you feel like the business side of it has made it harder?
Preach, my brother.
Yeah, because I feel like the fact that it became such big business is what kind of helped ruin the free side of it.
Yeah.
Even dating, like even for the restaurants, the kind of restaurants you're going to, it's just like with the apps, the websites, do you know what I'm saying? The holidays, everything's like you realize how much a relationship is a big business, even when you're getting one. Because when you're single, your costs are probably a lot lower than when you get into a relationship because of how much everyone wants to do this, that, and you have to meet out because she's going and her friends are there. Not saying you don't. I like going out myself, innit? But at the same time, I might not, as a man, feel the need to go out as much as maybe my woman would. but you know that you have to kind of, you know how to please your woman, you know how to please your woman. Do you get what I'm saying?
But you see, for me, that depends on individuals, that depends on couples, it depends on types.
Yeah.
It depends on characteristics of individuals, because getting to know somebody is not just about actually going out and dating. You know, I know people who have met at work, and when they meet up, they just spend time together. So they'll drive down, I don't know, I'll say Ali Pali, but, you know, they'll drive down and spend time with one another. And they're planning their first date. Oh, I really want to take you on the first date. Where do you want to go?
Okay,
but that's mature,
Sorry, suppose. So when you say they're spending time together and you make the differentiation between them doing that and then arranging their first date, what is the difference between what they're doing there and then the dating?
I think they're getting to know one another first before dating.
So then what is dating? So what does dating allude to if you need to get to know somebody before you date them? Is what I'm trying to say.
I think there's a step before in getting to know somebody, because when you're dating you have an intention to go somewhere.
And that's what I'm saying. And what is the intention of dating? What is that intention?
Everybody's intention is different. So for this couple that I know,
okay, well let's just look at it from a generic point of view. So if we're saying that dating is a thing, then what is the end game of dating from a generic point of view? Not a specific, because obviously everybody's intention would be different, but from a generic point of view, dating, the end game would be what?
To be in a relationship, to be in a marriage, till death do us part. It depends on the person. It depends on the couple.
The culture as well.
I think what you said initially would be, as they would say, by definition correct. You see what I mean? Which would be basically a relationship. The end game of dating is a relationship. And obviously, like you said, depending on the person would depend on the extent of that relationship or the people. Do you see what I mean? Within it. But ultimately, the end game of dating is a relationship.
Yes.
They say
well, no, that's what it is. That's by definition. That's what it is. You see what I mean? What that relationship would entail would depend on the individuals, but that is the end game, relationship.
You know, when you say dating as well, like even just the concept of dating, I feel like, again, just because of the concept, it leaves so much open.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't know if it was even called dating back in the day. Did our grandparents date?
Well, sorry, just hold that thought.
Yeah, you're jumping.
Hold that. No, you're not jumping. You're going into the not even the segue, you're going into the point. But what I was going to say is, because I wanted to tie up that little point there that I was trying to make, but we didn't actually quite get there. So I'm just going to put it out there. Does dating allude to sex?
Yeah.
Right.
I would say yes.
Right, okay. So
in this generation,
don't talk about generations. Dating alludes to sex.
Yeah, dating.
Cool.
Yeah.
So if we're agreed on that, then what does courting allude to?
I would say courting is more old-fashioned, and that is linked to more traditional values of a certain age, and with courting, the intention is to have a lifelong partnership with somebody, and it's not necessarily geared to only sex. I think it's more for something more permanent.
Courting, I think it goes around like you have to. It includes parents at times. It includes friends. Yeah, it includes all kind of things. So that's why I feel like courting goes through every kind of culture, any kind of, and that courting is like, even the word sounds, you know, it doesn't even sound like, you can't say dating and courting the same thing at all.
No.
You know what I mean? Where certain words kind of meet in the, you know, that they got that thing that meets in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, let me just tie that in, since we're getting there quite quickly. Courting, so what would you say the end game of courting is? If you're courting somebody, what would
marriage?
Marriage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Would you say it's linked to different cultures more than?
No.
That's what I'll say.
The reason why, because like Jay just said there, courting will run through any culture,
anywhere
you are in the world.
Dating doesn't.
dating doesn't.
And how dating is done in different cultures is totally different.
Yes.
If we're going to talk about dating.
Yeah.
Still, do you know what I mean? So that... Like
and we should talk about dating.
Yeah,
because that's part of the reason why you could argue majority of relationships are doomed to fail from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when you think about how things are set up in terms of like, let's say raves.
Yeah.
And like, cause
it's all part of the dating culture.
It's part of the dating culture, isn't it?
Yeah,
even though you wouldn't straight away think dating when you think of a rave, if you know what I'm saying.
It is
because you can go dating with your bros and you know what I'm saying. So you can go raving with your bros. So and you can, so it's like because you can do those different things. It's like what your mind immediately links to different things, and it's like even when you think about the raving culture and how things are set up and how you're set up to meet people.
Yes.
There's not much. There's not much to it. That's to say the least. You know what I mean?
But then I've met people who have met their husbands at a rave, or at a pub,
of course,
in town, and I think, oh my God, what on earth?
Of course.
Are you actually going to find your husband or your wife in a pub?
No, but I know people that's met people, their husband on Instagram or these apps.
That's very popular now.
And it doesn't mean that it can't happen. It just means that it's just the fact that if that's the main grounds.
The thing is with social media, I find everybody's accessible. Okay. Everybody is sliding into each other's DMs.
Not everybody.
Okay, well, those that has the intention of wanting something.
But sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
The thing is, the dating culture, doesn't it breed that though?
Yeah, it does.
If everything's geared around sex, if sex is intrinsically attached to how you interact with the opposite sex, then wouldn't it just breed that type of behavior? Isn't that like par for the course kind of thing?
I think attention breeds that as well, because the attention that it breeds, all of these platforms breed, and even a rave will breed. Sometimes people breed like seek the attention so much that I don't even think they're looking for any partner. Personally, I just think that they like the attention so much, so it's like even if they get the attention from that week, they're still going out next week. You know what I'm saying? Or they find someone and it's like, but at the same time they still don't go out.
Yeah.
But that's the individual's ego. So everybody has an ego. Yeah. Everybody.
No, but see, this is the thing. What you're forgetting is you could be dating, or you could be dating someone.
Yeah.
People don't talk about this.
Yeah.
Someone.
You could be dating, or you could be dating someone.
It's like you could date your wife.
Oh no! You could be dating. That means meeting people.
That's it.
Yeah, but you know what?
I could be dating 8 different guys.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's my point.
And that is more popular in this day and age. And I think it's socially acceptable to be dating a range of people, especially with the older generation. I don't want to say the older generation of 30s and 40s, but maybe people who haven't had kids yet and their time is running out. They're not going to put all their eggs in one basket. So they're going to date a few people.
Sorry to cut you. Sorry. I'm terrible, but I'm going to keep doing it. And I'll tell you why. Because as we have a woman in the room, I'm going to throw it out there. I know, because you said about the 40s, I'm just going to touch on something. Only because it's... let's talk about sex as a weapon within relationships. Because what you just said there about people in their 40s. I'm gonna hone in on women here. Don't get butthurt or offended, but I'm gonna hone in on women here, and just an observation. So the behavioural pattern. So it's like you get conditioned to not give out sex to initially. That's the conditioning. Don't sleep with anybody. Don't give it away. That's the conditioning.
Yes.
And then you get to an age, and it's like, not everybody. I'm talking about the dating culture. We're specifically talking about this conversation we're having now.
Yes.
So, and then you get to an age, and it's like, give it out in abundance.
Yeah.
Like everywhere and anywhere. Yeah. That's how it seems. I'm just from the outside looking in. Just what I'm saying. And then, the 40s age, which is usually when people settle down and have
had their kids,
had
married,
their kids, relationship, blah 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 blah.
Dating.
And then what happens is it becomes something that is given as a treat. It's almost weaponized.
Are you saying that it could be held back as a form of punishment?
Held back,
In
given.
In what way? You feel by women, you say?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Of course, that's what I'm talking about.
I feel like it depends on the kind of man you are as well, if that happens to you.
Yeah. I would agree to a degree, but yeah. But what I'm saying is what. So basically, what I'm saying is within the courting tradition,
Yes,
that wouldn't ever come up.
No.
Like sex wouldn't be weaponized against your husband at any stage.
Yeah.
no,
Because of the kind of like the coming together,
yeah,
how you've come together, and the understanding that you would have had from the beginning.
Yeah.
But I think a man that would court a woman would have that level of control over his sexual side.
Yeah.
and not only that, but they've grown together. I think
This is
there's
what I'm
more
saying. Yeah.
of a
This is what I'm saying. Yeah.
I say from the initial stage for him to
Yeah.
even court you.
yeah,
You see, for a man to court you, his intentions have to be in the right place as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
and
Yes.
he wants to make it work. She would want to make it work.
But
So
yeah,
therefore, their
definitely.
communication is going to be on point.
Yep.
If there's problems, they're going to talk it out.
Yeah.
They're going to communicate and confide in one another. They're not going to be taking it out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's an
Side.
ideal world. Because usually when you're courting someone, are they on the same level as you?
But that's
Like whether-
that's
whether-
individual choice, isn't it?
You know, I mean, like
usually
intellectually, like
usually depends what you mean when you say level, because
someone could be higher than your intellectual. I'm not saying that you're
oh
the one
yeah, no,
with
definitely,
the highest
definitely,
intellectual.
no, definitely.
It's just like I might want to court some girl, a female is super smart. I might want to court another female that isn't as smart. But I'm just saying,
it's not down to
my reasons for wanting to court them as a man wouldn't even be there. That wouldn't be based on the intelligence more all the time. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of the percentage of
like
it.
you said, the difference between you're thinking of it with a mindset of somebody who'd be dating. The difference with the courting is, like you said yourself, other people are involved.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't just be like, I've seen this really nice chick over there,
yeah.
she looks amazing,
Yeah.
I want to court her.
Yeah.
That's not how courting
Thank you,
works.
yes.
No.
So
That's dating. That's dating. That's dating.
Yes.
That's dating.
I'm
See,
confused.
so dating comes with lust,
Yes.
comes
Yeah.
with all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
And I
Courting
was
doesn't
just
come
saying-
with that,
And
because if the family's not right, no
Yeah.
matter how much you was looking over there, your family would be saying no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Your friends would be saying,
You forget about the
Yeah.
other side, because even when I was talking about everyone's, you're almost just thinking you're going there presenting yourself
Exactly.
to these.
well, like I said, dating.
Because
But it's
there's
about
that's
integrity.
that part of the dating, because usually in dating you don't really show no one to no one. That's you know what I'm saying.
You don't need
happens as well,
to.
Yeah.
You don't need
Yeah.
to.
You know what I mean?
You don't
But
need to.
Yeah.
Within
You
courting,
dating somebody, you can introduce them to your mum with their street name.
No, it's true. What I meant by, you see, like with courting, imagine you're a gentleman, so you've got all the skills as a man to do the courting, and you're doing everything right. But usually sometimes gentlemen fall in love with the different kind of, you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So
Yeah.
they're doing all the right
Yeah.
thing with the wrong person.
With the wrong person.
Yeah, so
But
that's
it's about character, isn't it? And
Yeah.
it's about integrity. So what do you want? And that conversation has to take place. What do you want?
Well, again, this is why I'm saying courting. All right, let me spin it on its head, because we've established that dating ends with a relationship, and courting ideally ends with a marriage.
Correct.
Now, with that said, how much importance do we place on romance? And the reason why I say that is because when you look at romance and what it means within the two things, it's completely different.
Yeah,
Completely different.
absolutely.
So courting, romance, has nothing to do with materialism. Going back to what Jay was saying earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah? Dating
Yeah.
is nothing but materialism. Romance in
Yes.
dating, if you don't have money
Yeah.
in dating, you can't be romantic.
That's true. That is true in the dating world.
so true.
But not in the courting world, where
No.
you want to get to know that person and their family, and you might just put on a simple picnic with, some fruit in a basket and a picnic blanket, and you drive out to
That's
the park.
romance.
Definitely.
That's romance.
That's
but
romance.
It's romance, but that's cool.
But not if you're dating.
Not
if you're dating.
Not if you're dating.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're dating, you better be going to that restaurant.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you better be buying a couple of bottles.
Yeah.
You better be doing all of that good stuff.
And what a time to be doing all of this.
Well.
And look at the state of the country.
So are people really just trying to get laid? Effectively.
I think the past 18 months has made people really reflect on what they want.
I don't think the 18 months has changed that much, if I'm honest. In the period of it,
If anything, it's made people more wild.
Yeah, it made people more wild, but it's like, people's character is still going to be their character. As much as you might have different aspirations.
No, it's not that.
To jump out.
Listen. What you have to understand, it's the same as anything, isn't it? When something bad happens, people start praying. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once it's over and it really doesn't look as bad as they thought it was, nobody wants to go to church on Sunday. Do you understand what I mean? So with the 18 months, yes, it happened, but that's why you heard everyone harping on about, I just wanted to go back to normal. Yeah. Do you understand what I mean? Because, like Jay was saying, nothing's really changed. It changed for the 18 months because before all this stuff was like, oh, I'm going to die, all sorts of stuff. So, you know what I mean? You click into gear, but now they're like, oh, do you know what I mean? And they just want it to go back to normal.
I've seen people be more serious about life. I've seen people take out their wills, make sure their homes are all...
But what I'm saying is that's serious. But that's serious people though.
But there's all different kinds of people in the world.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is believe me when I tell you, I don't even want to put a number on it, but a lot of people, more than 50%, you'll be surprised. Mm-hmm. The only thing they're serious about is not being serious.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
I'm one of them, to be honest.
Do you understand what I mean?
Really?
Do you understand what I mean? Yeah.
I can be serious, but I'm serious about not being serious.
Do you get what I mean, bro?
Yeah.
Like, and there's more people like that than you would even believe. Do you get what I mean? So just trust me. But again, like I say, that's by the by. Getting back to the point, which was basically materialism, and
dating,
but what I'm saying is with the materialism side of things and romance, does that hinder? Is that another thing? Like I say, that hinders you finding your life partner, your love, your whatever it is.
I think you see at different stages of your life as well. You know, like even as guys, we have girlfriends at different stages of our life. You might have a girlfriend that's like this, you know what I mean, young stage, and then you go, you're older, it gets a bit serious, and then you maybe get your heart broken, and then you get old. You know what I'm saying? So there's like so much things that happen. So different stages of your life, how the relationship and what you expect and look for in a relationship is different. Do you get what I'm saying? And in a person is different. Yeah. So the conversation of what is needed at 21 to the conversation is what's needed at 31 and 41 to me is a totally different conversation.
But as well, you're not going to do certain things for one type of woman versus another type of woman, probably because you haven't met the one. Yeah. So if you know from the get-go, well, she ain't going to be the one, but I'm going to have fun with her, you've already made that decision in your mind.
But when people say that, I think a lot of guys say that and they throw that kind of sentence around. But a lot of guys, the girls that they say that about, if they had the chance to even sit down with them or wife them, they would. There's just narratives that are out there, lazy narratives of what people like and what they don't like. Yeah. And most of the time, when people follow those narratives, they're never really happy anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? Because they're just going on like, nothing can be fixed to make you happy. You know what I mean? You never know what's going to make you happy. So it's like, even with it, that's what within culture, that's what made the shift as well. Is that people you take people to a country that's got multiple cultures. So who they find attractive, who they fall for, because how love works anyway. You know what I mean? Spiritually and whatever. You can't. These are not things that you can choose now. So now it will confuse the whole makeup of what this.
What do you mean? Romance. What do you mean by you can't make a choice?
Like, you can't choose who you fall in love with. You can't, and that's the problem. Sometimes people try to choose who they fall in love with, and then when you try to choose who you fall in love with, eventually, you have to just face that you don't love them like that. You might love them, and love has got different ways.
But again, what are we talking about here? Because again, like I said, if it's based on the whole dating concept, then you're right. Yeah. If it's based on the courting concept, then you're wrong.
Why?
Because by the time you get to that point, you do love that person.
Yeah.
But what does love mean to you?
No, it's whatever love means to the two people who are courting, not me.
Exactly.
No, but that's why I said, you see courting, courting can be from someone. Say for instance,
I'm saying to you,
let me give you an example.
Let me just stop you for 1 second. The reason why I say that is because dating, like I said, is synonymous, and like I said, it's attached to certain things like sex,
Yeah.
like materialism.
Yeah,
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Superficiality.
So, right. So you're more likely to be with somebody for all the wrong reasons.
Absolutely.
Based off of that.
No, I hear that. But even if we go to the courting concept, Jay, AJ, if we go to the courting concept, a rich man has got a better chance of courting than someone that hasn't got the money. So as much as we say courting doesn't need money, a rich man's courting would be better received than someone that doesn't have that much money.
What I'm saying to you is this.
Did you understand what I meant?
Yeah, no, I get you. But what I'm saying to you is this, is that when we was talking about materialism, we was talking about the romance side of them.
Yeah.
So romance within courting.
Yeah. I think that's down to your intellect.
No, romance within courting isn't based on materialism or money. Do you understand what I mean?
It can be though.
No.
Not necessarily.
But this is what I said, when you're courting...
Let me finish.
Go on.
I'm saying, so it's not based on it. It's not based, like the base isn't on that. Do you get what I mean? Like you can use it in it, obviously, like you can do with anything. Do you get what I'm
can't, but that's down to the individuals that you're dealing with.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Are you saying poor men have never courted? Of course they have.
I didn't say they haven't. I said that a rich man will have more advantage in courting.
But this is what I'm saying, not necessarily.
But
and that's what I'm saying.
When you're courting someone, then not everyone's on the same level.
But bro, listen to what I'm saying to you.
You can't just court someone if you think they're going to like what you like.
No, but you're missing the point. What I'm saying to you is that when you're courting, there's more moving parts.
100%.
So what I'm saying, so I'm saying to you is yes, somebody with money is standing in good stead.
Yeah.
But if your mum and dad are saying no, then
it's
generally
off.
it doesn't go through, whether they got money or not. So there's more moving parts.
No,
is what I'm saying.
I understand that.
Do you get what I mean?
I'm saying
like if there's a random friend who knows something about his past or his family, who goes to your family, then that's not going through. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying there's only so much level of that courting that is not going to need that money is not going to be a part of that. Because even in a lot of cultures, you have to even give a cow.
No, you have to give. No, you talk about dowry. You talk about dowry.
Yeah.
No, but that's not part of the courting process. That's part of the actual like marital process. This is when we're like.
But it's still part of the courting process.
No, but what I'm saying to you is when that comes to that point, what I'm saying to you is
if you can't pay the dowry, they might not.
No.
But we're in the modern age.
But no.
I'm just talking worldwide.
But hold on. I'm going to that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you is this: is that if your family have okayed the courting process, then they already know his pocket, so they're not going to put a dowry up. The only way they would put a dowry up that he couldn't think is if they didn't want the marriage to go through, and it wouldn't have got to that point anyway.
But there you go. They know, and the pocket is a big part of their decision.
Not at all.
It's not.
What?
Because
if
I had a daughter, I'd rather have her marry somebody with integrity, morals, and values.
But what I'm saying to you is,
and he might not be as rich as somebody I would like her to be.
Even if
he hasn't got anything.
No, but what I'm saying to you is, even if, like
he could work hard, he could be a grafter, and he could work his way up.
My point is
You
that
probably prefer the rich guy though.
Yeah, of course, and that's what I'm saying to you. I don't think you get my point. I'm saying to you that obviously money will stand you in good stead, just like it would do anywhere.
Yeah,
do you understand?
It's still part of courting.
No, it's not part of the courting process. Let me just finish. Just because something may stand you in good stead, it's not part of the process.
It definitely is.
It's not.
Especially with getting people.
I've seen broke
when you're getting with people, when it comes to men and women getting together, whether you're courting, dating, there's a difference in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you said, I feel like the courting is more someone that you're courting someone with the intention to marry them, and you're dating someone with the intention to have sex with them. So within the courting
and possibly a relationship,
and possibly a relationship. I'm saying, and possibly a relationship, but within the courting and the dating. As much as if you get with someone that's on say for instance you get with someone that's on a certain frequency, if you understand what I mean, mentally and you can actually do those, nice dating things that don't actually cost that don't really cost that much. And what's max is even if you've got money, you're not even trying to impress each other like that. Or like you're trying to do the things that actually take a walk somewhere nice or you know what I mean, do things like that because the freer things are romantic at times. They can be more romantic, but you can't do that all the time. That's what I'm saying. You can't do that all the time. It's still going to be a level where if you're
but what I'm saying is this is that
but it wouldn't stop anything from developing.
That's my point.
If you don't because like there's the dating as in dating, but taking someone on a date, say for instance someone's married, they're married, they say it's still good to take your wife on dates, whereas courting has this has its part in dating as well. You know what I'm saying? In ways, if you depending on how you do it.
Well, to be totally
I feel like they both kind of play their part in a way, but they don't mean the same things.
Courting only exists in certain cultures these days, I would argue.
Yeah.
But if it does exist in popular culture or modern culture or Western culture, whatever you want to call it, I would argue that it's probably the transition period for females. That's courting, or what they call the friend zone these days.
Yeah,
I would argue that is modern day courting.
Yeah.
If you're in the friend zone, then you're courting.
One thing I don't think people discuss is how sexual different people are. Because different people are sexual on different levels, innit? Like there's different levels of how sexual people are. Because there's people that are married that still do go to swingers places and things like that.
Course,
so there's so much different like levels of sexuality.
Yeah.
But I think the problem that I think we have in our generation that we link sex to love. Yeah, like I think that's like
no.
For me, I feel like
I think the problem is the real problem is monogamy. The concept of it.
Yeah, I hear you.
But that goes back to what we was talking about with relationships.
Yeah.
So that whole game.
But I still think people link sex to love a lot more than
because they associate sex with monogamy. So if I'm having sex with you...
you explained what you meant. I didn't know.
If I'm having sex with you, then
it's
you're going to be monogamous.
Yes.
But
yeah.
do you know what I'm saying? That's the point, isn't it? So that's the mentality. So that's why.
Yeah. But who said that though?
The same people who told you should be dating.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. A lot of these rules that everyone's kind of... And some people, like, you know, like they'll live their life ratchet and then they find someone they like and decide that they want to settle down with that person.
Yeah.
And because they decided they want to settle down with that person, they want the person to move a certain way. You know what I'm saying? As well. So it's like... That's what I mean. You have to meet at a certain place. You know what I mean? Like when you meet someone at a certain place, you have to be at that place for you both to like certain things. That's why you would even like each other at the time.
But then both have to accept that you can't change one another, and that's why
you should be able to grow one another.
You can grow with
because we all change. I think people are scared of change.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because we have to change. We're going to change anyway.
Exactly.
So it's better that someone helps you change.
But also, if somebody is changing in a different direction to where you're going, you can't change that person. And you have to accept that they're going that way and let it go.
Is that love?
Because it can be. You can let somebody go out of love. Ed Sheeran.
Taking like drugs and stuff. You're just going to let them go.
Well, if you truly love the person, you're going to want to help them, but you can't control them.
No, not control them. But
it's like counselling. So I can't see somebody who is made to come to see me.
Yes.
They have to choose
That's a good point,
and come to me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I won't see them.
Okay, yeah. What about you? How's relationships for you, being that that's your job?
I think there is an expectation that I would be perfect.
Yeah.
And that's not the case.
Yeah.
You know, we're all humans and we're all going to make mistakes. And that's part of growing and learning.
Yeah.
And in fact, sometimes it can be harder because I can see certain things and see traumas and I just don't want to be part of it because of my background.
Okay.
So, you know,
does
then
your
I just
job affect, so do you feel like it affects your relationships?
No, not really.
In any way?
I would say it has reduced the number of friends that I have.
Yeah.
100%. And it has made me more cautious in relationships.
Have you always dated within your culture?
No.
Okay.
No, because for me, it's not just about somebody who's from the same culture.
Yeah, of course.
Somebody could be from another culture but have the characteristics that I'm looking for. Above all, I'm looking for integrity, somebody who is going to love and respect me. Mm-hmm. I'm not looking for somebody that has come from a certain part of the globe.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, that's good to know. Yeah. It must be. It must be. You know, like one of her partners, and they're getting vexed with her, like, you know, and she's like, "Calm down, calm down." She's got that cool voice as well.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah, what you need to understand is what you're doing right now is linked to trauma.
Nobody wants to be told that, right? Yeah. Exactly. Nobody wants to hear that. And I've learnt that.
Linked to trauma. I ain't traumatized.
But the thing is, where I've had a relationship where I could see certain things and I never, ever, ever mentioned anything about counselling.
Yeah.
He's actually gone out and sought counselling himself somehow and has a counsellor. Wow. So, you know, just by keeping my mouth shut and...
What a traitor.
No, you can't counsel somebody that you're seeing.
I'm only joking.
You can't even know the person, right?
Something you just said there, keeping your mouth shut. Let's talk about that. Again, back to something we was talking about a minute ago, monogamy, which is women turning a blind eye.
Is it? Is it?
Is what?
Women turning a blind eye.
Is that to save a marriage or a relationship?
I'm saying, going back to monogamy, I'm saying women turning a blind eye was something that, when I say a blind eye, there's a lot of women who accepted, I don't know what the word is.
Husbands cheating?
Men, well, for want of a better word. And that, I mean, there's loads of us who met cousins and brothers at funerals of granddads, do you know what I mean, and uncles, and no, this is reality, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And auntie knew, granny knew, do you get what I mean? Like, it wasn't a secret in that sense, people knew, do you understand what I mean? But it was like the secret, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
It was that thing that happened that no one talks about. Do you get what I mean? But everybody knows who needs to know.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? So, and again, those marriages went on and were, I suppose you would say, successful or happy.
But that's commitment, though, and that generation works through things. Our generation, we give up.
And this is my point. But this is my point, and that's what I'm saying. The idea of monogamy and staying with one person and being faithful to one person was something that was, the understanding of it was completely different before. Yeah. Do you understand? And I'm going back to the courting and dating thing again.
Yeah.
Do you understand? When I was saying to you that you was asking me, well, not asking me, but you were saying, like, why is it that, what was it you said? Why is it that, it's gone. But you asked the question, and I was just basically saying it goes back to dating, basically, and basically everything being alluding to sex. Yeah. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. Whereas with courting, it's a completely different mindset.
No, it is different.
Do you get what I mean?
Definitely a different mindset.
It's a completely different mindset.
Yeah. And that's what's deep. I'm just saying is that you could, say, if you rolled with that mindset, and like it's just that like even if you find someone that was you thought like had the potential, you know what I mean? And you start courting them. Yeah. The dating world is gonna influence the courting world. You know what I'm saying?
These days,
yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Because dating culture is out there. It kind of overpowers everything else.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So even if they understand intelligent, you know what I'm saying? But the peer pressure side is also. It kind of
influences.
Affects, because I feel like that's how even.
If you allow it, do you know yourself? Do you know yourself?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about enough for me. I think generally
that nobody can influence me. I've seen men cry on their wedding day, like this is the one, as she's walking up the aisle crying, like oh my god, I finally get her. And then 15 years down the line, you know, I'm having an affair. I want you to meet my mistress. Yeah. I've been seeing her for 15 years and I'm like talking to the mistress like, you know, don't you want anything better for yourself? Yeah. Things change, people change, relationships change, marriages change. Do you love each other enough to work through it?
But a woman's needs is different to a man's needs, and that's something that needs to be discussed, and I feel like it's not discussed on a wider scale. That's why when you have marriages, like let's talk about like I don't know, like the most celebrity couple that's still together. They're not we know they're dirt. We know that Will Smith and Jada have cheated on each other and things like that. Yeah. But their marriage isn't your terrestrial marriage. yeah, and for some reason it's worked for them for a longer term, just as life partners. Because now you've got, like, as we're evolving, we're understanding things in a different way due to the hurt and due to the things that people have been through. So, like, in terms of life partner, when you decide to be a life partner with someone, I think it has a different description than a husband and a wife or a girlfriend and a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because a life partner has a lot of different things underneath that, rather than someone just being your partner.
Yeah.
So that's why I just feel like that those sides as well, because we've got, even when you think about how much women to a man there is in this world, it's like 4 women to a man.
True. 1 to 10.
One
One woman to 10. One man to 10 women.
10 women. So it's like, as that keeps happening as well, you got men that are gay, and that takes away a big percentage. You got men that are incarcerated.
Yes.
That also takes away a big percentage. So now you're talking about another level of percentage of how many men are there to women.
And women are accessible,
but
on
also
the media.
A woman, if she gets pregnant once, she can't get pregnant again. A man can impregnate many at one time.
Yes.
So if you think about the nature of it, you know what I mean? I think that there's a side of it where we spoke about, like, as animals, the animal side, we just have enough intelligence to over intellectualize sex and relationships as well. If we looked at things on a basic level, I think things will get through a lot more. But a lot of the pressure that people have is to do with the dating world. It's to do with
isn't part of the
corporate,
for want of a better word, don't kill me women, isn't part of the guilt trip about cheating to keep you in that monogamous mindset.
But that's if they want you to. So this is the thing about...
It's biblical though, isn't it? It's biblical.
What I mean is that...
whether you want to take it back to the Bible...
I've watched women deal with different men differently.
So, no, exactly. But what I'm saying to you is part of the reason why it would be set upon you, as I said, for want of a better word, guilt trip, about the quote-unquote cheating, wouldn't that be to keep you in that monogamous mindset?
Definitely, but they could do that to you and still be cheating on you.
No, but
so that's what I mean. So it's like this. That's why I mean, like, how much a woman can get pleased sexually, it's sad to say, is a lot of how much she will listen in a relationship.
From a dating perspective.
Not from a dating perspective, from just understanding that women generally, how much you can please a woman is how much she'll listen to you.
Yeah, I agree with you I do agree, because it's down to the women to listen to the men equally, and men should be listening to the women. If you're not happy about something, if he's not happy about something, you need to talk about it.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's a certain type of woman who how much you can please her sexually would affect her decision making generally.
Then it's most.
No, but this is what I'm saying. No, I'm not saying there isn't a large. I'm just saying it's not all. I wouldn't say all women. Do you get what I'm saying? I would say most women.
If a man can't, like, please a woman sexually, he can't raise his voice. She laughs because she knows it's true. Yeah. He can't raise his voice. He can't make no demands. What foot rub?
Yeah.
What back rub?
Exactly.
Yeah. No,
exactly. 100%. It's true.
It's the truth, and that's in any culture, bro. Like, I've just seen every culture. Like, the woman's even respecting the culture and still shouting at her husband. Yeah. Shut up. Full cultural wear, but she's just telling him to shut up. Like, I'm respecting the religion and the culture, but you shut up.
Yeah.
Huh? But then that also can encourage a man to step out because he doesn't feel respected. A man needs to feel respected.
But a man that usually allows that behaviour ain't stepping nowhere. That's why he's allowing the behaviour. So he ain't getting nowhere, and she knows that, and that's what she wants.
So she must be doing something right.
She just wants him to. She actually wants him to say something. Do you know what I mean? But if you let females run with their attitude, they will run with it. Yeah. Like if you don't need, and what a men miss is that you don't need to be aggressive to get your point across. Sometimes it's this.
Yeah.
And leaving and walking out, but some men they feel like they need to. I don't know. I don't argue with women.
I was reading this book. I can't remember the author. Can I mention it?
Yeah.
Why Men Marry Bitches.
Yeah.
And it's not them. You know, I wouldn't call these women bitches, but they display certain characteristics. Like they're not going to tolerate this. They're not going to tolerate that. They know their self-worth, and generally what they say goes. And it kind of gives that man structure.
Yeah, we've had this conversation before as well. A lot of guys that people would look at and say, you know, he's a whatever on the road or whatever, you know, strong character generally or whatever.
Yeah.
Their women generally run them.
Thank you.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but then they wouldn't be with any other type of woman. It just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
They couldn't be with a timid or a shy woman or
this is
whatever
what I'm
the case may be. So, you know, generally speaking, you kind of find that.
Yeah.
You find that you know, certain types of people.
Can I ask you that again? What do you feel like? Who do you feel controls? Who has the majority control of where the how long and where the direction of a relationship goes? Do you feel like it's more on the man side or a female side?
I want to say the female side.
Direction and where it goes. Did you say? Direction and where it goes.
Yeah, and how long it lasts.
Initially, the female.
Yeah. But I'm talking about the
from the
maintenance.
From the intermediate to the ending part, I would say the male.
I'd say that because I feel like
but initially, the female.
If a female finds a man that can just like again, that has certain levels about him, you know. What
that's what I'm saying. Initially, it's the female, but from the middle part.
Because like, if he doesn't please you, then you're not gonna ever. I'm not just talking sexually. I'm talking conversation, mentally,
everything in a marriage.
Even just without a marriage, just someone that does that for you. Because you can have friends that do that for you. You can have people that do that, just like mentally stimulate you, make you know what I'm saying. So there's different parts of what makes someone that person for you, right? Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think to start off, it's the women. Then middle of the relationship or marriage, it's the men. Yeah, exactly. Towards the end, it's the women, because as they're older and, you know, ill health comes in, the women are the natural caretakers and carers. And that's where I see, from my experience, the women have that power and control.
By that age, you're not thinking about dating and stuff.
No, but
anyway.
this is what I'm saying. So that's what I said. In the beginning, the women, because men can't initiate anything in that sense. Do you get what I mean?
Sound rapping. In the beginning, the women.
I've got a natural flow now. But seriously, so in the beginning, the men can't initiate anything. So the women always have that control. But like you said, from the middle part on, it's the men. And we were speaking from that kind of relationship, dating, sexual kind of aspect.
Okay.
And from that point of view, it's the men, because I would argue,
and if it comes down to the needs of the individual.
Of the individual as well. Always. But
and intention.
But we always have to generalise, unfortunately.
That's what we do.
Always, exactly. We always have to. We have to.
And women generally want the house environment. That's what pleases them.
Because there will always be the exception to the rule, obviously. But we have to generalise.
And men want that as well, but the other side was like, it's like I'm saying, it's not like some overly thought thing. It's like, hello, you know. So I'm saying you haven't got that side. You're very, you know what I'm saying, to the T, with the point. Even if you like someone, it's a problem more than if a guy is just had that thought she was alright. Do you get what I mean? Like a man could just look at someone for their features, like, oh, she's sexy, yeah, we would lads, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean shit. But if a woman actually said, oh, he's nice.
She's analysing.
So it's even on that aspect is different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what changes, like what in terms of like, alright, cool, what the.
But women are built differently. We're built for the 3 Ps: the provider, protector, and another P. Can't remember it.
The
provider. Protector. What are the women look for in a man?
She knew what the third.
You're not even on camera anyway, so I can do what I want. Yeah. So anyway, like we were saying, the 3 Ps, P-num-num. No, but seriously though.
P-num-nums, you know what I mean?
But seriously,
that's what it is.
The vitamin P. Agent P.
You know what I mean?
No, but seriously.
That's important too.
So
it's important, and you know it is.
It is. Do you
know we haven't spoke about the hot spare?
What's that?
Because I made a reference to the friend zone and the female transition. Because the way women transition between relationships is nothing like men. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like when you finish a relationship, it's nothing like a woman. Like if she leaves you, you know all her friends knew 3 months ago. Yeah. Yeah. In kind of way there, bro. You just didn't know. She left you ages ago. You just didn't know. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that kind of way there.
And when they're done, they're done.
Because she's already got the hot spare.
Yeah.
That's why she's had the hot spare. That's what I'm saying. The transitional period is the new courting.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Definitely.
Because that guy has been courting her at work for 3 years.
So true.
He's been in the friend zone.
Not necessarily.
So, no. He's been in the friend zone. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what they call it these days anyway. But he's been in the friend zone because remember, he knows your boyfriend because you told him, right? He knows you got a boyfriend. He comes and picks you up from work.
Yeah,
do you understand?
Yeah.
But I still spend them moments. Remember the lunch that and the little, do you understand? I still spend them moments. So I've been courting. See what I'm saying? Yeah? That's why when you're finally done with him, you've still got 3 options.
But lining yourself up.
Well, you don't have to line yourself up because you got guys in the friend zone.
That's what I'm saying.
Who have been courting you.
Yeah.
So you already know their character. Yeah. You already know this guy's good for it because he's been courting you for 3 years while you had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
But was still very interested.
And you can see where a relationship is courting or as friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can see whether someone's just like, because the more used to someone is around the opposite sex is the better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? You can have a good conversation.
It goes back to something I said a while ago, which was, we were saying about the friend zone, and I was saying, but friend zone only works if you accept it. Meaning, a girl can say, "Oh, you're in the friend zone," but that doesn't necessarily mean you're in the friend zone.
No, because
you would have to accept that. No, but you would have to accept that.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? If I make my intentions clear and I say blah 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 blah, and you go, "Oh, you know what? I've got a boyfriend," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Beyond that point, even if I'm being friendly with you, I'm not your friend.
Yeah.
Because I've made my intentions clear. Do you understand? So even if you're saying, "Oh, wait," if you're accepting my, I wouldn't say advances, but if you're accepting my friendliness beyond that point, then you know what it is.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Do you get it? So someone can say, "Oh, he's in friend zone." You know, she doesn't. No, what you mean is she's not going to dump her boyfriend of 5 years to get into a relationship with me, somebody she doesn't know from Adams.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, after I've courted her for 3 years and her and her boyfriend break up, you just never know.
Exactly. It's a possibility.
So,
but isn't that fair game? That's fine, right? That's
like I said, is that the new courting within the new dating world and how the dating system works? You know, does courting still exist, but just in a new guise? Is what I'm asking.
What's crazy?
And why not?
I feel like there's a level of courting that happens when just from women seeing how you can treat a woman.
Yes.
And that's what's dangerous as well. Like,
you know
what I'm saying?
Well, we already know that. We already know that women are only interested in men when they see you with women.
Exactly. So
let's just be real.
Because they see those traits that they like.
Well, they just see, even if they see you around kids. It's all one in the same.
No, but that kid is a bit more of a wholesome person.
Yeah, no, definitely. But what I'm saying is,
he's a good person.
No, but you missed my point.
He's
What I'm saying
father.
is, women like to see things. So you being there is not as attractive as you being there with a woman. Any woman.
Yeah.
Tall, short, attractive, ugly. No, seriously, because again, it all means different things to whoever's looking.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
I was going to say, because some women are put off by that. He's off the market.
No. Yeah. Again, some women are put off by that. Other women are looking and thinking, oh, well.
I think they like the challenge?
She's ugly. Imagine how you treat me.
I think.
Oh, I've heard that. Yes.
Imagine how he treats me. Look how he's treating her.
Yeah.
What's he doing over there?
You know, there's a side that works for women that may not have worked in their early stage, but I feel like the tomboy sides of women work so well in their later life. Do you get what I'm saying? For what a man wants, for how much a man can trust you. Because if you don't have that tomboy side, I feel like someone can twang you. I'm not even being funny. Like, you know, like someone can, if you're too, like, you know, them kind of girls. It doesn't matter how much I love you and you love me. I feel like you be in the wrong place and someone just stay in your eyes.
I go to the toilet for too long.
And you just be like, oh, he told me
lose you like a set of keys. You know, come back looking for your keys. Like, where the?
No, we're just talking.
I left Maxine in the corner.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. There's a side of it like that. Those are the women that will say that your answer you're saying. Like, no, if a woman's got another man, because you're not thinking like a man in a way.
Yeah.
Because men not necessarily shouldn't really want to sleep with another man's woman. Even though it's more of a culture now, like you're more wanting to get your own. If obviously if it's being offered, then some people will just take it. But there's some of us that will be.
With the dating culture, it's not about that. It's just about.
No, I know, but you're right.
No, but with the dating culture, it's just about having sex.
Yeah, I'm not talking about dating culture.
Generally.
What I'm saying to you, generally, men shouldn't. But what I'm saying is now, it's not about who you are, who you've been with. That's not the aim. The aim is to have sex.
Yeah.
And the aim is to reproduce as well.
Well, that should be the aim. That should be the aim, but it isn't. Like I said before, it's like, so to be frank, but it's sport fucking. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, do you get what I mean? It's like, it's like sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like back in the day, you would attribute that to a certain age group of like males. You'd say like males between a certain age. You know, that's what they do. You know, they're just all hormones. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But beyond that point, you would say no one's really doing that. Mostly, you'd find people. It doesn't mean that people are not having their whatever. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know, generally speaking, people would, like I said, they were courting someone. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean they wasn't sleeping with people, because this was the point I was making. The idea of monogamy in dating and the idea of monogamy within courting was completely different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody you was courting, you might be courting a virgin and you may not be a virgin.
Yeah.
And she understands that you're sleeping with people, but you're still courting her.
Yeah.
Because who you're sleeping with is not who you want to marry.
Because she's the one. She's the one. And they are not the one, and he's made that choice already. He's
but depending
decided
on that person do you want to be the one? He sounds a bit like, you know what I mean? Someone that's overly organised on.
But she won't know. She's not going to know.
No.
Do you think he's going back to her and saying, "Oh, by the way, I'm sleeping with Harriet and Tracy"?
We just put too much, like women put too much light on the one.
No.
And everyone puts who's the one.
That's men. That's men. They decide who is the one.
No, they don't.
No, they do.
Come on. Of course they do.
Everyone's got game to even decide who's the one. They can't even get the end result with the women. That's why there's bare single man out here. Not everyone knows how to execute.
Yeah, definitely.
With women, they can have like good. They might be great guys. They could be rich. They could be all of that. They might be great looking as well. But there's that execute point that a lot of men haven't got. Like I'm talking from it. I've seen it, experienced. Like I've stepped in for people to be who they're with now. Like, I had to just put the words together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I went and spoke and just, you know what I mean? This is my guy. He's very, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And he's interested.
You're the wingman.
Yeah, would you ever? It's not even.
It's not a wingman thing, but it's just like sometimes you have to step in.
Yeah.
Like you can see it going left real quickly, and there was nothing wrong either.
Yeah.
It's just that, like you said, they just can't put it together.
And you can say in front of the girl, like, or the female, like, listen, this guy, sometimes he doesn't get it right. Let me explain to you what he's trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
But that's just at the introduction part. For the rest of it, he's on his own.
No, I know. But
but some people can't get past that point. Some people can't even do the introduction.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with.
And that's the point.
And that's how people are being introduced to people.
Yeah, and
I've got a friend of a friend
but
of a
you will be
friend.
received differently. That's what I'm saying. Is like, there's things in life when you're good at this, you're good at that. You're good at this, you're good at that. I can't go on a football field and just expect to play with professionals. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's different levels to everything, and it's the same thing for this relationship world.
And again, but when you're saying the relationship world, you're talking about the dating.
Dating is different.
No. We're talking about people that have polygamous relationships. Yeah, and that's still a category of relationships.
Yeah.
People have multiple girlfriends, or even the girlfriend has multiple men.
Yeah,
because it happens on both sides. Of course. So again, it's just like it's different. There's so many different sides. We can't have this conversation based on only monogamous relationships.
No, I'm not. No. I think you missed the point. I'm not having the conversation based on monogamous relationships. What remember the conversation initially, and it still remains, is courting versus dating.
Yes,
it's nothing to do with monogamy. I only brought monogamy.
But the dating. It's the monogamous. Like
the only reason why monogamy came up is because I brought it up, and I actually wanted to touch on something else actually, but in fact I will while we're here, since we've paused it there. The adult sex industry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And doesn't it kind of, for want of a better word, play on the whole monogamous mindset? So basically what I'm saying is it part of the whole dating machine? It's
always been there.
I didn't say it wasn't always there. I'm saying how it is now. How the adult sex industry is promoted, pushed, even down to, if you think about, we say all these things have always been there, but most of the adverts that you get up, the pop-ups and all these things, are usually for what you would call, if not very graphic, then it will be multiple partners. Like, do you get what I mean? Like multiple guys with a woman, or do you get what I mean? That kind of stuff. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? Usually, I just see it when my nephew's playing his PS4. I see, do you know what I mean? They just pop up on the screen. Do you get what I mean? It's always like 2 women and a guy, or do you get what I mean? Like, it's always something crazy. Do you get what I mean?
Even on PlayStation and that, you're like, wow.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Do you get what I mean?
It's hard to get off the screen.
Yeah, bruv, man.
My stepson, that.
Bruv, he's like 12, 13. I'm like, do you get what I mean?
Do you understand?
It's crazy.
I can't believe it. And I don't even know how to get it off. R2, R1, and you're bringing another one in when you press the right. Man, this pop-up thing, when we was younger, we had to search for this stuff. You know?
But that's it, isn't it? You had to actively go out and search for it. Whereas this now, it's in our faces.
Yeah, and I'm saying, doesn't that
promotes cheating?
No. Well.
Listen, if you're gonna cheat, you're gonna cheat. If it's in you, you're gonna do it.
I'm not saying.
I think the word cheat as well.
This is what I'm saying. I'm saying to you now.
Changes the game.
This is.
Well, what's the difference? Stepping out when you're is the conversation. If we're in a mutually, I can't even say it.
Mutually respectful,
exclusive relationship. We've already had that discussion. I'm not seeing other people. You're not seeing other people.
Yeah.
Then that's it. We are in a relationship.
What if I was? Can you accept it? Can you handle it?
If you had stepped out?
Yeah. Me
personally, I wouldn't.
Why? How do you know that?
Because anybody who has ever cheated on me, they didn't get a second chance. That was done.
Maybe he was ready to leave.
He was ready to leave.
Maybe you was ready to leave.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. So it wasn't about him cheating for why you left.
I think there's things that lead up.
You was ready to leave.
To cheating.
In what circumstance would you?
Can I just throw a spanner in the works?
Come on then.
Because the reason why I say that is because, like I say, getting to what Jay was saying there, there's a lot of men who cheat and women turn a blind eye, for want of a better word.
It's not even a blind eye.
No. Let me just finish. Turn the blind eye, for want of a better word.
Yeah.
I use that. I'm just coining the phrase.
Yeah.
I don't mean literally turn the blind eye. They know and blah blah. But
many women do it.
But what I'm saying is going back to Jay's point.
Yeah.
Isn't that about how much credit you have in the tank at that point? Meaning, what you can ultimately provide.
Yeah.
Because let's just tick the boxes. If you're sexually satisfied with this guy, this guy provides, and he's a good guy, meaning as in he's a good guy.
Yeah.
She will tolerate it.
I'm asking you.
I've seen women tolerate it.
What you've seen.
I think
you're telling me you'll jump back into the dating pool every time someone steps out on you.
No. If you had that guy, listen to what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
So remember, this guy sexually pleases you.
Yes.
He provides.
He does the 3 Ps basically.
Yes.
Provides, protector, and
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think.
An Agent P. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think, and I never thought I would ever say this, but I would think twice. Yeah,
exactly.
Ending it.
Exactly. It doesn't mean you wouldn't. Doesn't mean you wouldn't end it, but you'd have to. And this goes back to something I was saying before about somebody who is. Just going back to because let's just look at one of the P's, providing. Mm-hmm. Somebody who you are financially attached to, it's a lot harder to leave that person.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to leave the person who pays for your car and your house.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder.
But it's not just money. He's a good father to the kids.
I'm just talking about the 1P. I'm just talking about 1P.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you have somebody who provides, it's hard to go back to your other lifestyle when you're looking at him saying, okay, I'm leaving you, because then you're leaving the house, you're leaving the car, you're leaving the lifestyle.
Not necessarily when you
when
you can bring to that plate, when you bring half of everything to that plate and you know that you'll be fine on your own. I think staying in a relationship where the man has stepped out is a choice of, do I love this man enough to work on it? Because looking at the 3 Ps and him as a person, our families, our children, that's important as well.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess up their child. I mean, I can't really say you don't want to mess up their childhood because there's so many single parent families out there, and those children are in Cambridge University. So it's
you can't say
no,
you can't
definitely not.
Yeah.
So you have to, as an individual, weigh up what would I be losing and what would I be gaining. So it's an individual choice at that point. So I could never say, oh no, I would leave.
Yeah. Okay. So beyond that point, would it be a marriage of convenience?
Yeah. No, I don't think. My thing is.
I mean, from the
no, it's not marriage of
because
convenience.
I mean, once you're saying I'm staying because the 3 Ps or the kids or rah, is that a marriage of could that be considered a marriage of convenience?
No, that's a marriage. Like from what the things that you said on the if you're married, the things that you said and when you was in front of the priest, that's part of it.
Yes, exactly.
So,
I took this vow. I took these vows, and I'm committed to them.
Yeah.
And then you know what? I've known couples who have renewed their vows.
Yeah.
And they wanted a fresh start because things went sour, and they wanted to renew their love. Yeah. So to speak.
What's funny is I've watched people that are quite got settled down for life, and I've watched people that have almost, I know myself, hated on people that are promiscuous. I've actually
what do you
seen
mean?
that. Like,
no, but there's a difference. Are they free to be promiscuous, or are they? I'm just saying, lying to somebody.
I've seen women that don't move as promiscuous hate on someone that is promiscuous.
Well, that's small-minded mentality, isn't it?
And I don't. Yeah, I couldn't say where it comes from. I just what I got from it is that, again, everyone acts like they want the same things.
But they don't.
This is what I'm saying, and not everyone wants the same things. You know what I mean? And not everyone, like I said, through the things that you cancel people through, not everyone's dealt with certain things as well. So they want for certain things always is rooted kind of from what we've dealt with and our survival tactics and all of that. So, but like I said, I've seen people that almost wanted to be more promiscuous. Like there's people that are being more promiscuous, and you can say you're hating on it. Like you're hating. Like, why are you even talking about it?
It's
like
taboo for women to have numerous partners. I think in society it's generally frowned upon, but personally I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I mean, some men actually prefer that because they know they're going to get an experienced woman. It comes down to what the man wants. Does he want her just for that, or does he want her to be the mother of his children? If he wants to marry her, is there more chance of her stepping out because she is like that, or she likes variety? And there's women who like men and women. So again, you could be in love with her, but are you reassured that she's not going to go and step out with a woman on you?
Even the concept of having someone that they want this person, men like this. Even when people say that, it's like there's no such thing as men like this. So a lot of people say, "Oh, a man will settle down with the woman that." There's no general thing that men like. You know what I mean? It's just men are just. That's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of those things have been narratives as well.
If we're going to generalize, let's throw another one out there. Would you say these days women would prefer to spend a short time with someone they're attracted to as opposed to a long time with someone they're less attracted to?
Well, I believe that you could not be attracted to somebody at the beginning, but how they make you laugh or how they carry themselves, how they make you feel, you will become attracted to them. And I've seen that.
Yeah, no, that definitely exists. But the question is, these days, would you say that, just as we're generalizing, that women these days, or men, I'm going to flip that on Jay, but that's another point, but you're the lady, so we'll ask you first, that women would prefer to spend a short time with someone they're attracted to, someone they want to tear the pants off, going back to the whole dating and sex thing, you see what I mean? Would they prefer to spend a short time dating somebody, they're actually attracted to, who probably won't be with them for any long period of time, as opposed to spending a long period of time with someone they're probably less attracted to?
It depends on where she is in her life. It depends on.
Well, no, we're not talking about the individuals. We're talking about generally. We're generalizing. So, just from what you can see. Generally, what's your opinion? What's your take? What do you think?
I feel that women is built for longevity. We're just naturally built that way. We want that long term, till death do us part. There's not many females I've come across that says that they want a short thing.
I believe everyone has got a concept,
Mm-hmm.
even men, for who wife is supposed to be,
Yeah.
and all of that. And women have concepts, but none of us follow those concepts.
Yeah.
I honestly believe.
But let me ask you though, Jay. Do you think guys would prefer to spend a short time with a woman they're attracted to, as opposed to a long time with a woman they're less attracted to?
I think some guys do that based on their own security about themselves.
Yeah.
Because again, people will even question how certain people get certain girls and how certain girls get certain guys, and they don't worry about that because that person's cool with themselves.
Yeah.
And when you're cool with yourself, like the exterior doesn't really, it's not as much as being cool inside. You know what I mean? When you're cool with yourself inside, it's a lot better than being cool outside.
It's much more attractive. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have less that registered expectations. Like sometimes when people go to get themselves to be well groomed, they have so many expectations of who should like them as well, and that's what I think spoils it for them as well. So you know what I mean? Even with female or male, like you're expecting people to like you off your prosthetics at big ages. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't even really make no sense to me that part. So already when you knock down the sides of what doesn't really make sense, you can actually find something that makes sense. You'll find people that you know what I mean. You'll be whoever you're attracted to. Would more time be attracted to you sometimes because it's more of a mutual thing. Whereas like a lot of people just go for what they think they can go and show off as well. There was never any no feeling. They didn't give it a chance for that. So you just approach someone based on what they look like.
I've got to say something about aesthetics. I mean, look at Princess Diana and Prince Charles, okay, and how he was in love with Camilla before he even met Diana. Now Diana's beautiful. Compare her to Camilla.
Yeah, but that's different.
But he was in love with Camilla.
That's don't get me wrong. I know they paint it as love and all the rest of it, and that's cool, but that's nothing to do with love.
Yeah.
I could tell you that now as a man. Do you get what I'm saying?
What was it about then?
Charles, you're my boy. You done know already, but yeah, that's not love. That's not love.
What is it?
You can have the prettiest woman in the world. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dudes are physical. It's nothing to do with. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you look like sometimes, not all the time. But sometimes,
but not everyone likes the same. Image,
but what I'm saying is
beauty as a man,
as a man knows, we got men in here. As a man knows, sometimes it's not what she looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? No, but I'm just saying.
When you get older, you understand that more. But I feel like when you're younger, I don't think
when you're younger, men don't understand that.
I don't think you should when you're 20.
They go with the pretty girl.
But what I'm saying is she was an experienced woman though. When he met her, she's always been older than him. That's what people forget.
Yeah.
When he met her, she was experienced.
Yes.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So men prefer experience over
He preferred experience over the pretty girl who didn't know nothing, the virgin.
Well, the family wanted a virgin.
And the families are families, though. You know, the families are linked up as well and all of that.
And by the way, he courted her.
Yeah.
He did.
But he was dating Camilla.
No, but he also dated her sister.
Well, he courted her sister for a short period.
Very short.
Yeah. But my point is he dated Camilla. He courted the.
He did. But this is what I'm saying. It's beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I think, but I do believe that men, I'm going to generalize, that when they're younger, they do tend to go for the looks. But when they're older, then they understand, actually, you know what? I'd rather be with somebody that don't cause a scene.
Yeah.
That knows how to behave.
But at the same time, what's more attractive when we're older is different. So a woman that doesn't wear that much makeup will be more attractive than someone that is always wearing makeup. We don't mind people wearing makeup, but always. Like, I like when a woman gets done up. You know
what about lashes during the day?
Yeah, all the time.
I'm just thinking about something you said earlier about how many single guys there are. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm looking at it and I think, I know a lot of single women as well. But the difference is, they've got a lot of options.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of options. But what I tend to find is, they're not attracted to most of them.
These women are not attracted to the men.
To most of them. To most of the options they have.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? And that plays quite a big part from just me listening. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, the reason why I bring that up, like I said, not to harp on about it, is just that if women are not attracted to the men, that's why I asked the question. They seem to spend short periods of time with guys they're attracted to who don't want to be with them. As opposed to spending long periods of time or having an actual life partner or somebody who actually wants to be with you, who's probably a little bit less attractive, but wants to be with you.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like, I know a lot of women who are in situationships. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
But
and it's like, you're a good woman. You've got loads of guys who really would love to treat you well, but you don't like them. You like the guy who wants to treat you like shit and who has no time for you.
But that's, that's love, isn't it? Love makes people do stupid things, and that it makes them stay in relationships. Because once you've fallen in love,
is that love though? Is that love?
I don't think that's love. I think that no one doesn't talk about everyone else's convenience. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you might be the one being beat down, but you might feel it's convenient for you to stay.
Yeah.
And you tell someone else your situation, they'll be like, no, you shouldn't stay through that. You know what I'm saying? But like you yourself was like, no, it kind of makes sense to me to shut my mouth and stay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you did that. Okay, yeah, but still kind of makes sense to me to shut my mouth and stay. But again, a lot of time, we live in a society where a lot of men, you lot provide for them.
Yeah.
You lot are doing this for them.
Yeah.
You lot are doing that for them.
Yeah.
So it's like, when you cheat, what do you mean?
Yeah.
When I'm the man. Furthermore, like, I should be cheating. Because I'm doing the providing. I'm doing all of this. I do all that. You don't even do anything. You're not doing as much.
It was my car you was cheating in.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where it becomes cheating, because it's like
But they're not fulfilled. That individual is not fulfilled. So what do you expect is going to happen?
But that person, this is what I'm trying to say. That person, you're in the relationship. The relationship you're in was based off of the back of your dating.
Yes. Or courting.
Dating.
Initially.
Dating. I can guarantee you. Do you know what I mean? Those relationships that you just mentioned, if we're generalizing, there was no courting going on.
But even if there was, it doesn't mean that the other person received the courting in the right way. That's what I mean. Like, maybe even if the man was courting, he did everything right, but he's courting a bad bee. Yeah. And like, she's still for the streets. And that happens a lot.
No, definitely. What I'm saying is this, is that generally speaking, these days, we've already established that the dating culture affects everything.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So if you was in England, you may have courted somebody. Yeah, you may have courted somebody, but that person would have gone to school with many different cultures, like we said before.
Yes.
That person would have all the knowledge of all the other stuff that everybody else would be aware of.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So just off the back of that, is that person, although they may be attached to a culture and they may be courting, is that person really of that mindset? Meaning, are they bringing that old school mentality to the table whilst they're courting? Or are they just courting because that's what their family does and that's what you do?
Yeah, but I feel like if you are bringing that courting to the table now, you are being old school for the fact that you even know how to court.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, in this day and age, depending on your age. Like, if you're like 21 courting, you must have come from a very, like a family,
different kind of family.
Yeah, different kind of family, to the point you're weird. Not weird, but like weird in a way where you're different, to the point where someone's... And
because everybody else is trying to smash.
Yeah, and even the girls. So no,
that's what I'm saying. Everybody else is trying to smash.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, but that's fine. But I do believe
there's asked to get to know me. And
there is somebody for everybody. There is somebody for everybody in this world.
There is.
But it's bad that I feel like it's bad that the guy that courts the nice guy has got less of a chance than the asshole anyway.
Exactly.
So a lot of what women receive in the generally, I'm speaking.
That's why I'm saying.
But women like a bad boy.
No, that's right.
Women like a bad boy.
And the bad boys,
but men like a challenge.
Hold on.
They don't actually like a bad boy.
Because I said before, if women like a bad boy, or the quote unquote bad boy, that guy has no time for you.
Yeah.
So the answer to my question was yes. Then women would prefer to spend less time with somebody they're physically attracted to, or somebody they like, or whatever you want to call it, as opposed to a longer time with somebody who's probably less attractive.
Yeah.
So the answer was yes then.
But on top, like,
no, I still believe it depends on what they want in that time of their life.
Yeah, but women don't like bad boys. That's another misconception. Women like confidence. I think that people should have never said that in the first place, because women, they'll call the police on you very quickly. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, you didn't even do that. Where everything is here, the stash is in the garage. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. How many times that happened to people? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Loads,
so it's like,
loads.
Yeah. Oh, bad boy. You like a bad boy? Ready to call police on that bad boy? You know what I'm saying? So it's not really a bad boy. The women like confidence, and you'll see that in all different angles. So a man could be confident, and he's not a bad boy. A man could be confident because he's rich in certain circumstances. Not saying that it means that he's confident, but I'm just saying like he could come to you and show that confidence. But because that's why that misconception of women like bad boys, because a lot of bad boys are very sensitive and they're crying, and you'll see women like, just shut up, man, your waist, man, or whatever it is. I'm just saying they'll be there pushing that bad boy over the edge because they actually know that bad boy. How many times have these guys gone pillow talk to their girlfriends and done stupid shit, and it's that woman that's put them inside because they don't like bad boys. They don't actually want that around them.
Well, so it's degrees, though, isn't it? It's degrees, but I think generally they want that control. That women do want that control over the men. I would say
money
generally.
More than they want someone that's got. So if the bad boy comes with money, it makes sense. But if the bad boy don't come with no money, they're not really interested. Like I say to you, it's more just to be provided. The providing side is the biggest side, especially these days.
What about his heart?
So it doesn't really matter, because there's even like, if someone's got a good heart but they're not playing the game right, you still have to live in society. So you still have to. You can't watch your friends getting taken on dates too much without you getting no. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't watch all of that over and over again.
But that's confidence. That's within you. You should be able to say to your friends, "That's for you. This is for me."
But you shouldn't expect someone to. That's why I feel like, like it's hard for people to expect people to do that. You know what I mean? Like, expect someone to just like you for yourself, with actually nothing to bring to the table. So maybe the knowledge is what you bring to the table, because that's actually something that has got value. Maybe
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? There's different things that's got value.
Yeah.
So it's not just money that's got value, but you have to have value. So someone that hasn't really got value can have, if they have money, they can hold a value off of that. But that's because just how life is. People, if you can fly someone away and do all of that, some people you'll be able to profile, because people like a trophy more than they like someone they love to a certain degree.
But that superficiality is all short term.
Hold on. But I made that point earlier. Materialism over friendship. Dating is materialism, and courting is friendship.
Yeah,
they're two different things.
I agree.
And you marry your friend, don't you?
Huh?
You marry your friend.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
you should.
Yeah.
Someone that you're with should be your friend. Should be the first basis
of friendship. That's why the end game is to marry.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Dating is based off of lust and sex.
Yeah.
Do you get me? That's why the end game.
Things.
Yeah, that's why the end game is relationship. Relationship doesn't have any stipulations, so it doesn't mean a relationship, i.e., long. That's why when you said long term, I said I don't agree with that, because that's not what it says. It just says relationship. And say anything beyond that. A relationship could be anything. What does a relationship mean?
Exactly. It could be
friendship. We've got a relationship.
You understand?
We've never slept together.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Exactly. So when you say relationship, what
married
does that mean?
people have relationships with other married people.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. So a relationship doesn't mean anything.
Marriage just means, a long time agreement. I've heard a woman say she would do a threesome if she was married.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard a few women say that. So it's like she wouldn't do that with her boyfriend, but if a man put a ring on her finger, she would do that. So there's those sides of things as well. I'm not saying
there's loads of things I've heard women say they would only do with their husband.
Yeah. So it's
loads of things.
That side of things is not really spoken about as much as well. So people don't really understand what marriages are really. If you've got a marriage that's like, like a bulletproof marriage.
I'm
not saying you have to have the threesome. You have to have a bulletproof marriage.
Hold on. But this goes back to what we were
talking
about earlier, which is basically marriages that last are based on something other than physical.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And whatever you could do within the I don't like to generalize what we have to, the modern dating structure.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
There has to be something a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Because that's why you was giving the example, like, when you were saying, there are still people who do these things over and then they plan their first date. Do you get what I mean? But they do all the other stuff as well. But the other stuff, that is the bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when we say now, because we always use terms incorrectly these days, So when we say getting to know somebody, we use it within the dating structure. What we actually mean is I'm trying to sleep with this person.
That's more in the dating world.
I'm in the day. That's what we're talking about. So I'm generalizing. So what I'm saying is within that structure, when you hear oh yeah, I'm just trying to get to know her, or yeah, I'm just getting to know him. That kind of means I'm dating him, i.e. as in like I'm trying to work out whether or not I'm actually going to sleep with him or her.
Yeah.
So from a dude's point of view, it might be a bit different. He might be like, can I get to sleep with her? And from a woman's point of view, I'm kind of working out whether or not I'm gonna give him some. Do you get what I mean?
I feel like that change, the power shift happens later in life. I feel like after your 30s, the power shift goes on to who is the person being courted as well. Yeah. Like I feel like men, when you're in your early life, we're courting the women, but I feel like when we get past our 30s, you get courted by women a lot. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's men who are the pursuers, I find, generally. But I know I will be wrong in many situations. I should take that back.
You would pursue yourself, wouldn't it? If you liked it. Exactly. There you go.
But you're right, though. That's when the men can relax and the women kind of take over once they're in that relationship. But I think in the dating part, leading up to the sex is important because you need to know if you are compatible with that person. Yeah. The difference is if it just stops there and it's just going to be that. Yeah. But for every step that you're taking, you're making an assessment. You're analysing.
Yeah. I think with the whole sex part, this is what I'm trying to say is that the more you like somebody, is the more you're going to enjoy the sex. Yeah. So what I'm saying is if you spent the last 3 years courting somebody and you like their jokes, you like their thing, you like their this, you like their that, you like their farts. Do you know what I mean?
You like their accent, you like the way they talk, you like how they sweet talk you.
You've got to the point where you like this person. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? So much so, this is the day, isn't it? Because remember, this person, I'm going to marry you. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? So by the time you get some, I'm not going to go to the extreme of it's our wedding day and all the rest of it. Let's just say, you do have premarital sex after however many years of courting. Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't even have to be years, but you know what I mean. After whatever period of courting. Yeah. Like I say, the end game is to marry, and both parties kind of know that when they get into that process. So it's a completely different mindset. So once you get to the point where you are actually comfortable enough to have sex with that person. I'd kind of assume that, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying sparks are going to fly, but what I'm trying to say is that you're more likely, basically what I'm saying is you're more likely to accept something you wouldn't within the dating sphere.
Yeah, because there's feelings there. And like I said, when you're in love, you do stupid things because you're in love. It's blind love. This is what I mean. You put up with a lot of crap.
And again, like I said, because one thing I do know is let's look at it from a woman's point of view. When women like you to a certain point, even sex can be put aside. No, I'm telling you, man. See? No, you can say no. You can say no.
I don't think so.
All right. So let me explain this then.
Please do.
So you tell me why. You have so many women who are with men and say the sex is shit. I don't even know why I'm with him.
Because
go on.
Convenience. He's coming with other stuff.
Especially in this day and age where you can't afford to move out, with the whole government and there's kids, we can't do that to the kids. It's going to impact their minds it's convenient to stay in the home, the family home, but we're not together. Yeah, and so when you're at a party and you meet these guys, they'll say to you, but I'm single. Yeah,
they're lying.
But those women that will even give you the information that he's can't perform. Not really. Her mind is in a place where she can be accessed.
No man is going to say I can't perform.
No, but I'm saying if a woman says to you, "I'm with him. He can't perform." But Like the fact that she's even told you is giving you a window to come and perform.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
But I didn't say she told you.
How would you even know that then?
I'm saying they say that to their girlfriends.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The fact that she's even saying it to her girlfriend. I'm not saying she's saying it to her man.
Yeah.
Whether it's, I'm saying that she just cool. It's not saying it's a man, but there's still a window with that woman.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
She's not being satisfied.
Yeah.
There's an opportunity to satisfy her.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is why the dating industry is so big.
Yeah.
Because the bottom line is like, as much as we've watched family go through things, I think we've watched family be loyal and in that sense and whatever. And we've watched people be miserable as well. So I feel like people are trying to find a longer lasting happiness. So they want to that dating period has always got a certain feeling, isn't it? Like a honeymoon period or whatever you want to call it.
Let's talk about the honeymoon period because it's different for men and women.
Yeah.
The honeymoon period.
Yeah.
It's different for men and women.
It's just good sex.
No, the honeymoon period is different for men and women.
It's a lot more dating. It's a lot more dating, isn't it?
Yeah,
the honeymoon period.
Because the sex is good, so you're excited. You're going to get food after you just had good
Butterflies in the tummy when you're about to meet that person.
Yeah, because you're going to have something else in your tummy later. Otherwise.
Yes, that's true. But what is the difference between for the men? What does the honeymoon period mean to them?
Good sex, good food, and good laughs, and good movies.
Okay, I would say that's quite similar to women.
Okay.
Because life is quite simple, and you simplify it a bit more. You're able to have a good time. Like sometimes people just want to have someone that can have a good time with.
Yeah.
Because that can make the sex better as well. Like, right, this person can I just have a great time around them and comfortable around them. We like similar things.
But within that honeymoon period, it is still useful to see if, I don't know, crisis was to come up, how that person deals with it. Because if I'm going to be marrying you down the road,
you can never see how someone will deal with a crisis.
But you don't know. You can't say that because you don't know what could happen in that honeymoon period.
Yeah.
What if, I don't know, there was an attack on a member of your family? Yeah. So you know,
said, I'm going around there to deal with it.
So you wouldn't confide in the person that you're with to support
someone
you
attacked your family, yeah? We just got together and someone attacked your family.
Yeah,
and
or a relative.
Okay, and the guy said, I'm going to go around and deal with it.
What I'm trying to say is I want to see how that person helps me or how they deal with a crisis in their life.
Well, say, for instance, someone's more confrontational than not. That doesn't mean anything necessarily. So someone says, "Oh, let me go. Who hurt your family?" Goes and beats that guy up. There's one guy that do that, yeah. And there's one guy that say, "Let's go and call the police on him, and let's make sure we."
That's it. And I need to see the differentiation between the two.
Yeah,
and I'm saying that guys don't generally are just thinking about that. Good sex, some good food, maybe some bit of companionship. She might have a good sense of humour. All that kind of good stuff. They're looking for good times and kicks most of the time.
So they're not looking beyond that.
Initially.
But I'm saying, what is beyond that?
No, but that's my point.
It leads on to courting, does it not?
No, but that's my point. That was my point. The initial question was, isn't the honeymoon period different for men and women? You both said, well, you kind of half said that. No, you said it isn't. You said that's kind of the same, like it's the same. But then you went on to describe something that's completely different.
Because you can't say what is going to come up in the honeymoon period.
No, but you missed my point. What I'm saying is you're looking into something beyond something. So what I'm saying is that Jay hasn't alluded to anything beyond that initial thing that whatever's happening there. Do you understand what I mean? So that's why I said, like I said, my question, the honeymoon period for men and women is different. Do you understand? But you lot was kind of, not you lot, so you kind of alluded to it being the same, but then went on to explain something different as a woman. So that was my point.
But what I'm trying to say is you don't know what crisis could come up during the honeymoon period.
No, I get that. But what I'm trying to say to you is that you said you'd still look to see how somebody would deal with this or deal with that. What I'm saying is the man isn't really looking for anything. Somebody would have to bring that to his attention. A friend or a family member would have to say, well, have you even checked out? Because you're not even thinking about them things. Do you get what I mean? Whereas, like you just said, as a woman, that you would be, bless you. You would be, do you get what I mean? Gam's trying to get on camera, by the way. You know what I mean? I'll pull the chair out for you, Gams, don't worry. You know what I mean? He's trying to be pretending to be quiet in the corner. You know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, do you know what I mean? So, see, you made me forget what I was saying. What was I saying?
A honeymoon period.
Oh yeah,
How it's
so
the same for
honeymoon
men and
periods.
women.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it isn't the same for men and women because, like, just going by the generalization you made, which was women tend to look beyond something.
Yeah.
There's that kind of view to something. Like,
Yeah.
do you get what I mean? They're kind of half looking over there, whereas men, initially, they're just happy to be there.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
I mean, I still believe that it's down to intent. What does each individual look for? What do they want? They have to have those conversations.
I just think, as a man, you should have a good understanding of women, and if a woman has a good understanding of men, she'll be able to navigate a lot better than someone that doesn't. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? That a lot of people, I can't look at you right now because it's fucking. A lot of people don't understand that. If these are the kind of conversations that make you understand women, each other a bit more, because they're harsh. They're a bit like, wow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, because you got to remember, like, there's our nature behind it. Like, of course, we have to reproduce. You know, like, there's going to be nature within us that make sure that we're reproducing, even at a certain time. Whether it just makes us want to have sex, but what it's making you want to do.
We keep talking about sex, and we keep talking about how it's important, and I understand that one. And we even alluded to, like, you know, women, you know, were more likely to listen to you if you can please her. We've spoken all the way around it, but we haven't actually mentioned the elephant in the room. So me being me, you know, I will do what I suppose I'm here to do, which is female orgasm.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
It's a good one.
She needs to have one.
Yeah.
Does she?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't always happen. It doesn't always happen,
No.
and that's okay.
Whoa. Hold on. Let's just slow right down. Let's rewind a little bit. Let's go back.
Speak for yourself.
So no. Right. So what I'm saying is, you said she needs to have one.
I mean,
in an ideal, in an ideal world,
correct.
But does she need to have one? Because I would argue, majority of women in relationships are not having one.
Yeah.
I agree.
So if that's the case,
yes.
Does she need to have one? Because a need is a necessity, something you cannot do without.
Yeah.
I jest. So, when I say she needs to have one, I'm joking. Cool. Because generally, women don't in relationships, marriages, but it's okay because they could be satisfied in any other way or different ways.
But then why place so much importance on sex? You lot would place so much importance on sex.
That's the bottom line, because she's changing it, but
But guess what? It's a woman's prerogative.
There you go.
But this is what I'm trying to say. So if that's the case, then now we're going into what I was talking about before, which is the materialism versus the friendship.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And people being with people for different reasons. So because everybody tries to make out like sex is such a big thing, but I would argue these days people are with people for other reasons. We've alluded to it already. Can't leave
that's
because of this and that.
People, but I'm saying like it's a level of control that you see the kind of like
if you can exercise it. But what I would argue is majority of people are not exercising that control. They're exercising the even women, by the way.
Yeah.
A lot of men are with their women because of their circumstances. I've said this before.
I think I for one, I grew up around a lot of females. So I kind of understood females, and I even female friends that I had when I was older. My whole thing wasn't to jump on them, so I got to get a lot of information. Till this day, I have female friends because I can actually see it as a friend. And like I say to you, having that space, and even having a space where I could be celibate when I want to. Yeah, that is giving me a different level of control, sexually and mentally. Do you get what I'm saying? So even how much control someone like women can have over me. But I direct videos and stuff. You know what I'm saying? If I was weak, I'd be something. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be doing this. You know what I mean? I'd be taking some pictures of twerking and booty shaking. And there's hella opportunities for that for me. Yeah. It's not even like there's not paid work in that field. Yeah. But again, you do those little things to please yourself, and then you realize what it does to your mental in the long run. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You realize how it's not even enjoyable. You'll be standing there with the camera, like it's not what you thought it was when you was 21.
Yeah.
I'm in certain scenarios where I'm filming certain things, and I think the 21-year-old me would love this.
Yeah.
But me today is just look at what I look. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's
nothing about me that cares. I might not even get like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be too. Yeah, but it doesn't even do anything for me. Yeah. But they're butt naked, shower, whatever it is. Do you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't do anything. I can just actually remain professional. That's why a lot of them like working, man. Because I'm not trying to move to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to. I don't call them. I'm not no one's DMs. You understand what I'm saying? So having that level of option as well, I think that in your life, if you have a level of option, it helps you to be a better man. Just talking from a man's perspective.
To decipher.
But you got.
Does it work the same for females though?
Yeah, I do think it works for the same females in terms of how much options they have. Because options always makes you. Oh, maybe in the earlier stage you might be silly with your options, isn't it? You know, I'm not saying I've never been silly with my options. I'm saying, but at this stage of my life,
I'm just saying, men are. Sorry,
even though it's like 10-1, men are like buses. They're everywhere. You can get a man. That's not a problem.
Yeah, but
and the same thing for men in terms of getting women. It's about standards. It's about what you want.
But you know, we had we had a discussion the other day about. If a woman wanted sex, doesn't matter what you look like or whatever. If you wanted sex tonight, you can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If a man wanted sex tonight, even if he's good looking, unless he pays for it, he can't guarantee it.
Oh.
As much as a woman.
Poor him.
No, but you understand what I'm saying, and I feel like the fact that is even there.
Yeah.
This is why the rule of women being too promiscuous doesn't work for them, and or over a man being promiscuous, because the man hasn't really got that access as a woman has to sex.
Yeah.
She has to initiate.
True.
Yeah. A man can't initiate sex. If he does, it's rape.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
a woman has to initiate. She has to be the person saying, "Okay, yeah, we're gonna do this."
So we can't live on the same principles based on that.
No.
Which goes back to another thing we were saying on the day, which is why women get offended when they decide they're gonna give you some and you turn it down.
Exactly.
But men can't take the rejection as well.
No, you're missing my point.
You're missing my point. Rejection.
You're not understanding what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying is that
a bit more than
women decide when it happens and when it don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when a woman decides she's going to give you some, she gets offended if you turn it down, because as far as she's concerned, how dare you?
You know?
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Whereas a dude, obviously he's offended. He just wants to get some. He's just trying to get some. So he's like, "What do you mean?"
But you're not going to get hurt if you don't have expectations. It's the moment you have expectations. But then that's on you.
Not necessarily. I'm saying
that's on you. If you don't have expectations,
women that have the expectations more. Because again, you like.
But they shouldn't.
You might be a woman that's like, I'm prim and proper. But you know what? Today I'm calling this guy. We're going out, and he's been cool anyway, and I'm gonna get to him tonight. Yeah. And you go up to the guy, and then he takes you to your house, and he's like, all right, then I'm gonna see you later.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, just because of the decision you made in your head to get to him, not because you said, here's the boom boom. It's just like because of the decision that you've already made in your head to give to him, and he don't want it. He's not even trying. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Women shouldn't have the expectation.
No one should. But you got to have some sort of expectations.
But that is the dating game.
Yeah.
That is the dating game.
What, to have the expectation that it's going to lead somewhere or go somewhere?
But we already established that dating comes with the expectation.
It does.
We already established that. You can't go back on that one. You can't go back on that. We established that dating
married
comes with the expectation.
and married women date, don't they?
And why do they date? What's the reason for it?
To keep it spicy.
What spicy?
The boom boom.
The relationship.
But you're talking about men and women in a relationship or in a marriage. I'm talking about men or women that are married, not to each other, but they're dating other people.
What do you mean dating?
Going out on dates with other women.
No. Now we're using the term loosely. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We know what dating we're talking about, because obviously, like, you know, you and your daughter can have date night. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you get what I mean? If we're going to use it loosely, do you get what I mean? So I could take my daughter on a date.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So we're not going there. That's not what we're talking about. What we mean is that if you are having a date with somebody,
should you have the expectation?
No. You will always have the expectation, because dates allude to something.
Yeah, they do.
That's why when a guy's courting you, he's not trying to jump your bones in the park with the picnic and the basket and the rubber, because he knows he's walking you home, and he's not even trying to kiss you on the doorstep. Yeah, because he's in it for the long run. Yeah.
But then, she cannot have the expectation that it's going to lead to marriage. She
Who
cannot.
can't have it, especially?
The woman.
What
Because
can't?
I find that
What's going to lead to marriage? Dating.
that dating is necessarily going to lead to marriage.
Well, you wouldn't, because dating is only going to lead to best case scenario relationship.
Yeah. If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. Yeah, because that's the end game.
Yeah.
So that's the ideal. If you're dating, the ideal is a relationship.
Exclusive relationship.
Yeah, if you're dating someone, because you might be dating people.
Yeah. Which is very common in this day and age.
Yeah, so your relationship might involve more than one person.
But then that's where the conversation comes to a point. I only want to be seeing you.
If you're that way inclined. That's why I brought in monogamy before, because the whole dating thing is attached to monogamy, whereas the courting thing, the mindset was broad, even though monogamy was the aim. So you see what I mean? So monogamy was the aim of courting. To get married was the aim. But that's why I gave the example of the person who wasn't a virgin courting a virgin, but was still sexually active whilst courting.
That's why the conversation has to be had.
And that was understood. Mm-hmm. That was something that was understood by even maybe her family or his family, whoever the virgin may be. Do you understand what I mean? So my point is, basically, why is sex so important within the dating structure and it wasn't in courting? So for example, within the dating structure, it's okay to have, numerous partners or be sexually active with numerous people. Within the courting structure, technically it wasn't.
Because that's more likely to lead to marriage.
But
traits comes into play.
But like we said, within that courting structure, the marriages that came off the back of that, those marriages and those structures were more likely to accept and understand a partner who had strayed.
Because they're willing to work at the relationship to make it last. They're willing to work through things.
So then, going back to my point, does the dating structure create relationships that don't have enough substance to maintain and sustain beyond anything, basically?
Yeah, I would say so.
Because
generally,
most things that come your way, you would be more likely to say, do you know what? I mean, unless he's got all 3 Ps and...
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I think it is more short term. I think it's more superficial as well. So I don't see it...
Like I say, materialism over friendship.
Yeah. Sadly, but... Yeah. It works for some people. Like I said, some people just want that. It's like what you said at the very start of the show. It's... they just want that short term. I say they, men, generally just want that short term satisfaction.
It's not short term because sometimes you could be sleeping with someone for years. So you sleep with a few people for years. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Charles and Camilla.
Yeah. A lot of people. Sometimes people are sleeping with people for years.
Hey, he went back and married her.
Like I say, it works for some people. You know what I mean?
But they're again, a terrible example of anything because it's royals. So they're that kind of world. Whether they're real relationships or wouldn't even be.
Okay, Will and Jada then.
Yeah. What about them?
So they've worked through.
Yeah.
They both have stepped out.
So they have a marriage that is more of a life partnership.
Yeah.
That's what it shows. That's what I was saying about there's a difference between looking at someone as a life partner and looking at someone for just they're nice for now, isn't it?
But it goes back to what we were saying about being in love and love.
Yeah.
So dating comes with the in love.
Yeah, and friendship comes with the love. Yeah. So that's what, to me...
I would say it's the other way around, no?
No.
Relationship, in love.
No, that in love thing is again...
It's a concept.
It's a concept. That...
Love is love.
Love is love.
Mm-hmm.
But
and I never really quite got that saying until I got the saying.
You got the saying, innit?
It sounds so obvious because you're like, love is love.
Yeah, love is love.
It's obvious, but it really is though. You know what I mean? So the in love thing is the problem.
In love has bare conditions. Yeah,
Tell me, what are the conditions?
Whatever you place on them.
Yeah.
Whatever your expectation is of love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Can you give me an example?
Well,
like you should take me
whatever.
out, or...
No.
I'm just taking
I'll
an example.
I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Like the one you said. You said any guy who's ever cheated on me, I've never rah rah rah. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's
that was the
right.
end.
Okay, cool. So that's the stipulation you place on love.
Right. So
Do you see what I mean?
no. If he loved me, he wouldn't have cheated.
Not necessarily.
Whatever.
That's right.
No, but what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. Back then, in my 20s, that's what that was what I had in my mind.
Exactly. And what I'm saying is whatever your concept of love is, it comes with stipulations no matter who you are.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
Unless you're just dealing with love.
Definitely.
That's where the saying love is love comes from, because it's not about being in love. It's about loving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if you love somebody, then it's not about, you don't place importance on what you can do, what you can have. You don't have expectations. There's no expectations on love.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
You love your family members unconditionally. How do you know
that's
that? Because
unconditional love, isn't it?
No, but that's the point.
It's just love.
No, that's this is what I'm saying.
That's what I said.
We like to put
In love
words,
comes with conditions.
but what they do is they put words in front of the word to make
it different,
to make you departmentalize stuff.
Definitely.
Right.
Do you understand what I mean?
Okay.
And create it to be something other than the other thing that.
Yeah.
No,
It's love.
all one in the same. Do you get what I mean?
Because in love and in lust, both exist to me.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm not saying that it's because it's not loving someone. But the concept of them,
Yeah,
they both
exists.
exist. And
Yeah.
I believe you're in love with yourself. Like when you
Yes.
fall in
Of
love
course.
with someone, you fall in love with yourself being in love.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
Yeah.
get what I'm saying?
You're a better person.
You know, this is the face for it.
I love it when I'm in love.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in love. You know what I'm saying?
Because like I said
See
before,
yourself.
You're happier.
Yeah.
You're singing when you're getting ready in the morning.
Yeah.
You're singing in the shower.
yourself you're in
You're
love with.
skipping down the road to the car.
Yeah.
because like I said before on a previous show, we're in love with the idea of being in love.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you've had someone
That's what it is. It's
you've had
nothing to
someone
do
on the
with.
phone, yeah, and you thought you was on into them. Like you met maybe once, and you was on the phone to each other, and you know you thought, I think I'm in love with this girl
I
right
am
here.
in love.
Yeah,
I am in love. I love her. Do you get what I mean? Yeah.
And you link up, and you're like,
No, and then she doesn't answer your call that day.
oh,
And then you're just like, you know what, nah, man, she's an idiot, man.
she's a whore. I know what she's doing.
I don't even like her. No
And then
more,
there's
man.
13
She don't
texts.
know.
Where are you? Where are you?
Yeah.
You've switched your phone off. My
Why?
messages aren't getting through. I saw
Why?
2 blue ticks, but you're not responding.
That's See, but the thing
You go
about
crazy.
The thing about it is
Crazy
like
in
I say,
love.
I couldn't be like that. I could not be
Well,
like that.
like I say,
'Cause it's like,
that's for
that
certain.
shit
That's for
stress you
certain
out.
individuals.
No, 100%. Like, chasing a woman, wow. Oh, gosh. And wondering where she is and telling her what to do. Oh, Lord.
But again, is that love?
That's control.
Yeah. That's stressful for me.
And that's exhausting.
That's track and trace.
I would say it's infatuation.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like infatuation is not the same as love.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Just like lust isn't the same as love. Do you get what I mean?
No.
And some people become infatuated with people, and that's when all the control comes in.
Yeah.
But it
Because
just
you're more
pushes
interested in
it.
what they're doing.
It has the reverse effect, and it pushes people away. It's like sand. The harder you clutch it, the more it just
yeah.
comes out of your hand at the bottom.
But like you said there, a lot of people, they don't know what to do with what they have. So it's not that they don't have what they want.
Yeah.
They have it, but they don't know what to do when they've got it. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
'Cause they
And I
don't
think
know
we've
possession.
all probably been in that position
Yeah.
at one point or another and had something that we wanted. But if we're honest with ourselves, we didn't know what to do with it. Or maybe we wasn't in the position in our life or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or maybe
Or mentally at the
emotionally,
time.
yeah, I was going to say emotionally
Not
mature
mature
enough
enough.
or whatever
Yeah.
to actually deal with the situation. So
Yeah.
it's like when the situation arises, like I say, you've got everything you want because you're in the situation. It's not like you're not with the person, you're with the person. I'm giving a relationship as an example, but you're with the person, and like I say, due to your emotional immaturity or whatever
Yeah.
the situation may be,
Yeah.
you mess up that quote unquote perfect situation because there's no
Yeah.
problem because you're in it,
Yeah.
but you couldn't control it or you couldn't. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Usually your emotions. It's usually emotions. Let's just be real. Do you get what I mean? Because half the time there's never actually a problem, but you create the problem because you're not, like I say, emotionally mature enough or maybe
Yeah.
stable in your whatever. Do you
And
get what I mean?
that's kind of labelled in this day and age, I find, as toxicity.
Yeah, yeah, because a lot of people will just look at you and say, you know what, I just don't need that.
Toxic
Do you
in
see
my
what I mean?
life.
I
Yeah.
don't need that in my life.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people want to meet a perfect person.
Yeah. And it doesn't exist.
No. But a lot of people want to meet somebody. We spoke about that as well. The job description that you hear when people describe their ideal whatever.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? And it's like you hear it and you think, wow, they probably do exist, but do you know what I mean? Don't know where you're gonna find them or what they're gonna be. Do you know what I mean? Or how interested they're gonna be in you when you do. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
I think it will make finding somebody harder if you got a list that if somebody doesn't tick all those boxes, you're gonna be left on the shelf because
most people who are dating, that's why they're dating, because they do have that checklist. You know what I mean? Just like when you hear, I'm woke, that's why I'm single, because I'm waiting to meet that person who's gonna, we're gonna spiritually connect
that's
on that level.
That's as well,
I got high standards.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are waiting to meet that ideal person.
There's again, but and I feel like more on the men's side, when it comes to settle down, definitely waiting to meet the ideal person,
definitely.
Where a woman can a woman can break down that, wow, they will go into like I say, daydreams. I think it's you that even said this before. So where you can just you'll see
fantasize.
Somebody, you don't fantasize. So
with a PH, the unconscious as
well.
well.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is interesting. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. We're not fantasizing like that.
No, we don't.
You're just keeping it real.
Yeah, just keeping it real. Or some people, if you can't see beyond the glamour, because there's good looking, and there's glamorous, and there's the beauty, and for me, in order for you to be beautiful, you have to have a good personality, because in terms of being glamorous, that's just getting yourself dialed up and wearing short skirts. And if that's the case, you get approached more as in your glamour mode than you get approached even just in a beauty mode. So you gonna say it, even if you're like in a say for instance you're going to a wedding and you're your bridesmaid's dress, people still even that kind of attire is a bit more. They're not just gonna move to you. But if you're in a rave attire, you know what I mean, short skirts, whatever it is. I'm not saying whatever, just any type, but just not looking nice. People, if people could only recognize people in that attire as well, when they're dialed up as well, then that's what I think kind of affects a lot of people as well. Because the day that they're meeting them on the basis of this turned up person, everyone's dressed up.
It's superficial, and it's not going to last.
So if there was
when
nothing,
she's 8 months pregnant, barefoot,
if there was no conversation where you said I like this person, then that's where you're gonna find yourself in a situation where you're doing convenience from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I don't know why people think it's any different when it goes further down the line, and people hang on to each other due to convenience at times.
Yeah. Especially in this day and age.
Sometimes it's love.
Most of the time it's convenience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most guys are with women that they happen to be with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I've said before, there's a lot of guys that if you gave them not much, I'd say probably I don't want to downplay it, but let's say about 10 grand in most cases, they'd probably have a different woman tomorrow.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's true.
Do you know what I mean? A lot of guys, if you just slap 10 grand in their hand right now, they'd probably have a different woman tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of men these days are with their women out of convenience. It's the woman they happen to be with as opposed to the woman they would like to be with. Because when you see the women they like, do you know what I mean? What they actually like. Do you get what I mean? The women they're trying to chat up in the restaurant, in the takeaway, do you get what I mean? In passing at work or whatever. Do you know what I mean? You will see. Do you get what I mean?
It's true.
So I've got a question. So when a man, let's say a man hasn't had kids yet, and when he has been dating and nothing's stuck, and then literally, and then one day he happens to be with somebody and says, you know what, she's the one. Is it more about timing rather than waiting for the one? Like, okay, I'm going to be 40 or I'm pushing 40 or and I haven't had any kids yet. So, you know what, we get on well. She's going to be the one. Is it more timing? Men it has to be the characteristics of a woman.
Men don't tend to settle. We're generalizing, remember? So there obviously is men that settle. So let's just get that straight. But I'm just saying, if we're going to generalize, men don't tend to settle. Generally. Do you get what I mean? But in the example you've given, that guy, I couldn't really speak for that particular individual because they would be, that's a different mindset. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the guy who wants to be a stepfather, who steps in, do you get what I mean? And actually raises other people's children. Do you get what I mean? That's a different mindset.
100%.
Do you get what I mean?
100%.
From the average guy who just meets a woman and, do you get what I mean? Like, it's a different, do you get what I mean? And this is what I'm saying, there's different levels to commitment.
100%.
Do you get what I mean? There's different levels to love. Do you get what I mean? There's
and character.
Do you get what I mean? And character and all these things. So integrity, as you were saying earlier. So, you know, that particular guy, I couldn't really speak for that individual. I wouldn't want to generalize for that mindset. Do you get what I mean?
We've been generalizing throughout this whole show.
I know, but but I mean, there's a million different reasons why that guy could
choose one over others.
No, because I mean, like, you mentioned him not having a child, but then you mentioned him settling down with a woman. Has she got kids? Do you get what I mean? Like, I don't know the situation. Do you get what I mean? There's so many other questions I could ask off the back of what you just said, because you mentioned him not having children and then settling with this woman. So, is he settling with a woman and not gonna have children? Is he saying, like, I'm settling with this woman, I'm not gonna have kids? Has she got kids? Do you get what I mean? Like, there could be many.
Let's assume that she doesn't have kids, because I'm trying. You see how women have this biological clock, and you know there's a finite time for them to have kids. We have that clock, and it's ticking away.
And men don't.
And men don't, because you know they can, you know,
procreate as long as whatever they're
able. That's what comes into the equation.
A walking stick.
Yeah.
So I want to know: do men have the same kind of thing where
what
they've
urge
got,
to?
Yeah, because time's running out for them.
No.
Or are they going to wait for the right person?
No is the answer to the question. Are they going to wait for the right person? That depends on the individual. Generally speaking,
the right person to a man. What does that mean?
This is what. But that's what I was going to get to.
She might put up with. She might have lower standards. She might be okay with him stepping out. She might be.
But what does that mean? Cool. He's going to offer when he's got that woman.
What do you mean? What's he have to offer?
You know, like, okay, like the right woman. Like when we're talking about the right woman, like as a man, I don't think that, like men we're teachers. I believe, as well. If a man can't, as a man, if you can't teach a woman anything, you kind of a bit, you know what I mean?
If you can't offer.
Yeah, you can't offer. It's like part of like what will turn her on is the fact that you can teach her something or you've got some knowledge of your own.
Yeah.
So even like the fact that you can hold your own. Sometimes even if you don't need to provide for her as long as you can provide for yourself. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of these different aspects. But in terms of what a man sees a right woman, a man will just see potential in a woman. I don't think there's nothing that any men could sit down and list the top 10 potential of a woman, because most of those things that no one really follows when it actually comes down to when they met their person. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that will be missing from this list of what they want.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm
saying? So
like
she can't cook.
Yeah, people that can.
She
creates
overlooked. Scene when she's outside.
That can get overlooked.
A lot of things will get overlooked.
That can create
when you meet somebody you like.
Yeah, you like that side of them.
I know guys who have never been with women who smoke.
Yeah,
and their wife smokes.
Yeah. Do
you know what I'm saying? And it was a major thing for them all through their life until they met her.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So, do you know what I mean? And they say it and they talk about it all the time because it's a thing for them.
It's a thing.
But just not with her. Do you get what I mean?
So when it comes to love, you're willing to compromise?
Always.
Well, you have to. That's what love is. Love is compromise.
Love is compromise.
That's it.
Love. You're supposed to own your own love. You're not supposed to want someone to have. Oh, do you love me? Do you love me as well?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that.
You shouldn't have to.
It should just be like if I got love for someone, I got love for someone. It's nothing to do with you, how you feel about me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's to do with how you treat me has got something to do with it, but like it ain't got nothing to do with how you feel about me.
But if you love yourself, you're not going to let somebody disrespect you.
Sorry, because I've got a nice segue there. Going back to that, that's quite a manly thing you just said there, and I don't hate to be sexist, but the reason why I say that is because going back to the courting thing, that was a mentality. It worked better when the men loved the women and the woman liked the man. So what you will find is what you just said there, is that the man would have had love for the woman.
Yeah.
That's usually how it would work. Like you said, the man would make the advance. So he would have love for the woman.
Yeah.
No, but the reason why he's pursuing it is because he loves her.
Yeah.
Don't you get it?
Yeah.
That's why he wants to marry her. That's why he's courting.
Yeah.
Because the end game is marriage.
Yeah.
I love you. You don't love me yet.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
Yeah.
Don't you get it?
Yeah.
Like, I love you.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
You like me, but I love you.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? And I'm going to keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going until you reciprocate the feeling. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
That could take time.
Yeah.
But I'm here for the long game.
Yeah.
Because he has these tick boxes and she's ticking them off.
It's
not necessarily.
That.
No.
It's more about like what you're willing as a man. What really matters is not what people tell you matters.
Yeah.
So the things that a lot of men are ashamed to say and deal with and or whatever, and counting bodies and all of these different things, them things don't mean shit.
Yeah.
No.
It actually
Not to a guy who likes you.
Yeah, when it comes down to the core of it.
No, not to a guy who likes you.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It matters to other people. But to a guy who likes you, it does not matter one bit.
What other people think, it doesn't matter as well.
Yeah.
What other people think or feel doesn't matter to when
To a guy who likes you, it don't matter. None of that matters. I guarantee you
It
now.
doesn't matter. Like, it's like, yeah, cool,
As a
I
man,
understand
I'm
it.
saying.
Yeah,
As a man.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Might give you a headache for one
guy,
day.
No. A guy who likes you, he doesn't care.
Don't care.
Like, he really don't care. Do you get what I mean?
So the things that a boy will put a boy in a madness will not put a man in madness.
Yeah.
Like a man is just like sit down and break down everything with you.
Rather than say a boy, because there's some boys who display man tendencies. Let's say males, because every male isn't a man.
I mean, when I say
no,
boy,
I know what
It's about
I know what you're
maturity.
talking about, but I'm just saying there's some boys who have a certain level of maturity. So let me not disrespect any boys out there who are moving right.
That's true.
So what I'm saying is males.
And they know how to
the
treat
reason
a
why I
woman.
say that because
What age are you a boy? You know what I'm saying?
well, irrelevant of that, I'm just saying that there's some males. So some males are not men.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Not every male is a man. Do you get what I'm saying? So
And not every
let's
man
just
is a
refer
man.
to them as males and not boys because
Yeah.
there's some boys out there who are
Yeah.
moving like men in their house or for their
Oh,
mum
100%.
or whatever the case
Yeah.
may be. So even when you go to certain
that,
countries,
like, when you've got that, and that's what I'm saying. See, like the relationship that you might have with your mum, will make you misunderstand how to deal with women.
of course,
Yeah.
Because
Of course.
again, you'll be the ones getting crip walked all over. You know what I mean? Stepped on all the time.
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with women as you deal with your mum.
Yeah,
And when you
of
got a
course.
good relationship with your mum, you deal with women as you deal with your mum. You realize that this is not how you actually deal with women.
Yeah.
When it's this way.
yeah.
You deal with your mum like that, but you're dealing with women like that. They'll think you're
Something's wrong with
unexperienced
you,
man,
yeah.
or
Yeah,
you
something's
just
wrong
don't know,
with
you're
you.
not manly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you've got to even understand the different relationships with the different females in your life, because when you growing up with your grandma and your mum, and you know what I'm saying, all those things, you're very sensitive towards females. But I remember being young. And one of my friends called these girls bitches, and I was like, don't call them bitches. And then they were like, no, don't mind. You know what I mean? I think that
Wow.
that was my first time. Like, oh, shame! I'm the
even just
Mr. Prim and proper.
even just basic things like how many times would you be like showing the utmost respect and then realize that
They don't respect themselves?
No, the person just looking at you thinking, this guy's frigid, man.
Yeah,
Like, what's wrong with him?
exactly.
Do you
Oh,
get what I mean?
yeah,
But
yeah.
you're just trying to be respectful.
You're trying to court.
Yeah.
But well, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're trying to court in a dating world.
But that
Do you know what I mean?
imprint, just taking it back there, that imprint of where do we learn about relationships?
Conversations.
Would you not say our parents?
No, because
As a child growing up, what's the first thing you see?
like as much as you see your parents, like I say, it's not like I understand that, because that gives you a better chance in percentages. Do you know what I mean? Like if you grew up with both parents, and that gives you better chance in percentages.
It might not just be mum and dad. It could be auntie, uncle.
But I'm
you know,
saying,
because
those things show you relationships, but it doesn't mean that you want their life. And sometimes it's like what we do. We tend to replicate people's lives that we want, rather than people's. You know what I'm saying? So that's why even I was saying earlier that you can court a woman with being with another woman. You can court many women by being with a woman. Do you get what I'm saying? Because again, it's just more about people want people's lifestyles. Rather than they just want, they know what they want for themselves. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why people are not happy, because they're second-rate versions of other people, rather than first-rate versions of themselves. If they was honest with themselves, you can actually find people that you like. You can actually be surrounded by people you like because you actually know yourself. And I'm not going to play up to this person over here. You know what I'm saying? And when you don't play up to people, you have friends that people are like, oh, the moment, or this one's your friend, or that one, whether they're for celebrity, you know what I'm saying, or not. You just, people that even find it hard to speak to other people are cool with you because you're not trying to expect anything from them as well. You know what I mean? You're just doing you want to live genuine.
But then that's the difference. You know yourself.
But that's the biggest.
So you aren't trying to fit in anywhere.
Yeah, but that's why that's what you need to have to love. If you can't love yourself and know yourself, even a bit, then you're kind of in a position where you're going to be dictated. So
and
if
you're going to
be
be influenced,
dictated, by what you think and the things you've seen, then you ain't got no chance. You ain't even got no chance at love because sometimes we've seen terrible examples of love. So if we don't have our own idea to love as well as our own idea to do other things, things will be done in different ways in life. Maybe you should have different periods in life because when you have different periods of your life, it helps you to find the balance. Do you get what I mean? When you don't go to these sides, sometimes you kind of always guessing there's people that's together since they were 15.
Do we ever put away the expectations from the dating mindset though? Like, do they ever go away? So I mean, like within a relationship.
I think the more you understand people, like I say, if you take time to understand people, if people dated on a platonic, if there was a site called Platons, we might have to make it, platon.com, where it's just platonic relationships and conversations, I think that world would find a lot more relationships that would work in terms of man and woman, because that you're not...
So you're saying let's go back to courting? Yeah,
let's call it courting.com. You know what I mean? Courting.com. Do you know? Because again, it's the intention. These things swipe right or DMs and all. It's all dirty, isn't it? Like,
dispose so quickly.
Well, like I say, it's all geared around sex. It's all geared around sex.
And it's superficial and it's short term. It won't last.
Well. So.
But it's what you want. Do you want it not to last?
But again, even if it lasts, it's not geared towards marriage or anything.
No.
I mean, when you say long term, that's why I say, does it? The initial question was, does it shorten the odds? Do you get what I mean? Like, does it shorten the odds and make it harder to find a life partner or love? And I think we kind of we said yes initially, but now we've gone round. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we can categorically say it probably does.
What does again?
Basically, our new age dating system.
Yeah.
Does it lead to it being harder to find a life partner and or love?
I think the fact that you can access sex in different ways is showing maybe what we're like as humans as well at the moment. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll change. Maybe if...
But remember, these things always existed. The difference is...
We've always had those drives. They're primitive.
No, but what I'm saying is that, again, going back to my point, back in the day... All right, let's go to the 16th century. There was no such thing as cheating.
Yeah, just doing what you're doing.
It didn't exist.
Yeah.
Cheating didn't exist.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? So my point is that when...
I think on both sides though, you know what I mean? On both sides, you got to look at it like this. Like in the marriage world, even whether you did it courting and all that stuff, I think there should be a different understanding of sex.
Of course.
And then we go flip it to the dating world, I think there should be a different understanding of sex.
Of course.
So if we say, you know what I mean, it kind of concludes it as in like there should just be a different understanding of sex within how much it affects what a relationship is, how good it is, how bad it is, and whatever.
And I think more importantly is once you engage in whatever you're going to do, whether it be courting or dating, the intention is the most important thing.
Yeah,
absolutely,
100%.
Because you cannot go into something with the wrong intentions, i.e. differing intentions to the other person, because it will blow up in your face.
Or even worse, lie to yourself about what you're getting into. Yeah, definitely. Because a lot of people do that as well. They lie to themselves about what they're getting into. Yeah.
But then do they truly know who they are? And it goes back to you need to know who you are, because that's gonna carry you to choose the appropriate person for you. Yeah. That will even help you with a breakup. You will survive that breakup. Like Cher sang, do you believe in life after love? Well, hell yeah, because I know who I am. And I think, like you've said, where people don't really know themselves, they get influenced.
Yeah.
And then they choose the wrong people, and they think that's me, that's my life.
So you don't.
It's not your life.
Yeah, you don't even get to be
Those values are not your values. You're not like that.
But you have to remember though, everybody's scared of being ordinary.
Yeah, but that's when you get to live your best life.
But remember, ordinary is like a derogatory term,
you know,
because remember, everybody's trying to be extraordinary.
Yeah.
But everybody isn't.
You know.
You see what I mean?
But if you understand that, it makes you extraordinary.
But this is what I'm saying. You know? But this is my point. This is my point. So you could waste away numerous years being unhappy.
Yeah.
Based on expectations you have for yourself that are not even realistic.
Yeah.
Hence the reason why, like I said, a lot of the relationships would be predisposed to failure from the get-go, unbeknownst to yourself. So you can try and plug away for as long as you want. You can stay in it for 10 years if you want.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you're going to end up leaving this person and having to do the initial growth that you should have done before you even met them.
Do you think the levels of, like, say, I don't know, self-pleasing, masturbation, sex toys, and all of these different things?
Funny you say that.
Yeah.
What's
funny you say that, because when I brought up the female orgasm, when I brought up the female orgasm, we didn't even get into all of that. But I actually, that's something I wanted to talk about.
Because you feel like, how do you feel that affects, you know?
Well, masturbation, and let's talk about the female shame.
Yes.
Because is there female shame?
Not so much these days. Not so much these days. But
would you openly say that you're comfortable talking about masturbation?
I wouldn't say I'm comfortable in talking about it.
So that's
but it is.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because there is a certain amount of shame when it comes to female sexuality, and definitely around masturbation.
Yeah.
Definitely around, like, dudes, a guy could talk about masturbation like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Yeah. But women, there's a certain, I would say, shame around it.
And I'd say around guys that don't have, if you like, if you've got girls that, you've got a girlfriend, you've got females around you, you're a bit more open to talk about masturbation.
Yeah, of course.
And you have, they had parties where, they'll bring the toys and, it's like a Tupperware party.
The whole rampant rabbit business.
Yeah, from 20 years ago.
Let's talk about it. What is this rampant rabbit? I've never really... Break it down for me.
It's some massive. It's a double hood, small hood and a big hood.
Cool.
From what I've seen, none of us there.
Cool.
No, but have you ever?
Thanks for that, Gams. Yeah. So.
Have you ever used sex toys?
I feel really uncomfortable to answer that because generally we don't talk about it in my culture, but we accept that it is normal. Yeah. And and there's nothing wrong with it, but I wouldn't be going out there saying I use it, or I have this in my relationship. No.
But I mean,
can a man match those toys? You see,
I think that's personally. You see, every woman's different. Every woman's sexual drive is different. So for me, nothing can beat a man.
That's what I was just about to say. Is that for some women, they would tell you nothing can beat a man. It's not the same.
No, of course.
But then for other women, they're just like, And other women are just like, get out of my way. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, let me finish myself up. Do you get what I mean? So it just depends on the female.
But then equally, it could be something that's shared. In both ways.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
toys with men.
That's what this is what I'm saying. Listen, it can be shared. It can be shared. I'm not going to argue that.
Your culture that you're talking about.
No. But hear what I'm saying.
Are you talking about your culture? Don't have that.
You could have it shared, but what is the moment when you introduce that?
What are you going to do? Do it behind your back?
Man toys.
Or female toys.
I don't need no toys.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
No toys for no.
Power to you.
Thank you. Back to you, Rashid. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, again, I'm the man that can't be beat.
Bravado aside, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong in it.
But no, I didn't say there is. I'm just saying.
So right now, you could actually have a sex toy.
Yeah. But
you wouldn't want to admit it. No, that's what I'm sensing.
I would admit it.
Would you?
But I'm saying, that's what I said.
So you just said basic. Nothing can beat me.
No, I said no. I said for me, I don't need that. I've seen people. There's sex toys for men as well. You can put a ring around your belly that goes again. All of these things, yeah. No, thank you very much, I'm good. And I've never had no complaints. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, why would I need to bring in electric equipment?
Yeah.
If I think that will put me off. I actually think it will put me off. Even the fact that I have to go and draw for it and find it is
So if you met
whole
somebody that was into it,
yeah,
and you really liked her,
yeah,
that would be a no-no, and you would say, I'm sorry, it's not going to work for me.
that's why you should see what each other are sexually compatible. Because you go in someone's house and they got some machine gun, you're going to be like, oh yeah, well you're going to feel intimidated. You're going to be like, I can't do what that machine's doing.
But are you going to feel intimidated?
I'm not saying intimidated, you're just going to feel like, damn, she's a bit too much. To me, again, I might be a bit old fashioned, innit? But if I see someone doing a bit too much and too much toys and too much like gels and latex and that, it's not really my thing, you know what I'm saying?
So there's levels.
There are people that like that though, innit? I'm not knocking it.
No, I agree. There are levels.
And women would like the toys more than men because you lot, like I say to you, it's more fantasizing. They've made these toys scientifically for you, but for a man, it's the whole part of having a woman. Like I say, isn't it? Like it's the whole part of having a woman. If it's just your parmesan, you know what I'm saying?
But just like what you said about female orgasms, are they important? Do women get orgasms all the time? No. Every single time?
Not with certain men. You don't. So I've had conversations with women and say, I've never, the certain men, they've been dry for years.
Right.
Yeah. So again, because men don't know
so
how to
why
mentally.
not use a toy?
Well,
no, because a toy, but you still got to mentally get there. You take yourself there mentally with the toy.
The question I was asking was just basically, if you are going to use these toys as a woman, when do you introduce them? Like, what is the point when you pull out this velvet bag from your wardrobe and say, like, I've got this bag of tricks?
But the thing is, it depends on the woman, because
I'm just saying,
if I met somebody who fulfilled me sexually, I really wouldn't be looking for a toy. I would be putting it aside.
But what I'm saying is that I'm assuming you already used these toys when you met this guy. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why.
So he sexually pleases you, but we're working off of the basis because you said they can be shared. That's what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
if I've known couples that have shared toys.
So then he wasn't sexually pleasing her then. Based off of what you said, he's not sexually pleasing her then. Because there'd be no reason for him to
She wasn't sexually pleasing him. She was putting it...
No, I don't know about that.
They're sharing
possibly.
But hear what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
You're saying that they're using toys and it can be used mutually. So I'm saying to you, based off of what you just said, then that means that somebody's not sexually pleased then.
Yes.
Because you're saying that's the only reason to use them. Because if the guy was sexually pleasing the person, then they wouldn't use a toy.
You see...
Or is that just your own person?
No, I'm saying there's levels, because when a man and a woman's having sex, we've already agreed that the woman isn't necessarily going to orgasm every single time. We've agreed that.
That's a lie. But anyway, let's agree.
Well, women can orgasm every single time.
Every single time. If you're a pleaser, you'll understand that. If you get with a pleaser, there's a difference between men that like pleasing and men that just like to be pleased. You'll understand that.
Okay. So, for those relationships that are using the toys, then you can say that the woman is not fully satisfied sexually. And there's nothing wrong in using those toys. But in terms of your question, at what point should she introduce this into this relationship like it's another woman, which it really isn't? I don't think there is a right time.
Well, if they're going to be using it mutually, then I'm assuming it's something that he wouldn't really have done before.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, do you get what I mean?
That's why I said it's all the mind. Everything to do with sex is in the mind. So if the reason why you can please yourself when you're masturbating is because you know where to go in your mind. You don't need no one there. You know where to go in your mind, and you take yourself there. You know what I'm saying? And then once you've taken yourself there, you can do whatever, innit? But if you're not there mentally. Do you get what I'm saying? Like a toy can't pull your hair. Like a whip, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
That's, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that's something that women like. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, even when you're talking about, wifey and dating, the kind of sex that people have dating, it's the kind of sex they should be giving their wife sometimes. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's no middle ground. People like sex that's kind of rough and dirty. You know, the ones there. But again, that's not a conversation that people have. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people go out there trying to make love to someone that they caught in.
well, remember, there's, again, like we said, there's all different types, isn't there? Like, it's like another thing. Like, people try to make out like, you know, people only like, you know, like when the whole I don't want no minute man and all of that. But that's actually a joke. Like, women like quickies.
Yes, they do, and they're the one that's
like
last.
Women like quickies. Women don't like you to be giving them 3-hour marathons. They're like, are you gonna come?
Yes.
Haven't you come yet?
Exactly.
Like, do you get what I mean? Like, who's got time for 3-hour belly achings? Like, that's the shit you hear women telling you. Do you get what I mean? So, like, like we were saying before, some of the narratives that go around and the reality is not actually the same.
Exactly.
Do you get what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, so
there might be a minority that actually do.
no, there's always people who, we're not talking about that, but I'm saying when we're generalizing, we have to at some stage, and we always have to. But like I said, generally, the amount of people you hear, you know, like we said, we've heard the songs and all the rest of it, and all the jokes. You get what I mean? But women like quickies.
Yeah.
Like, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like,
if it's gonna be good for them, it's gonna be good straight away.
But that's for a whole host of reasons.
No, but
kids are gonna wake up soon.
There's
No.
No.
Don't try it. When you've been prepped, by the time you've got something, it's intercourse time, you're already finished.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Most of the time. Most of the time. No,
yeah.
that's a fact. Most of the time,
Right.
Most of the
You know
time.
what I'm saying? So it's people that don't know how to prep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No one knows, if you don't know how to season food, you're gonna get dry. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Chicken's gonna be dry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
I agree.
Yeah. So, but with the, I just want to just put a little bow tie on it here. With the whole courting and dating thing, we've established that dating is slightly sexual and alludes to certain things.
Yeah.
I.e., best case scenario relationship, what that is. You know what I mean? That's up in the air. And courting is obviously marriage. Do you know what I mean? Friendship, all that kind of good, wholesome stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Involves family, friends.
Traditional.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Mostly cultural.
Yeah. Sometimes, not all the time.
Yeah, the family's not the same no more as
It's
well,
not
so you can't
yeah.
court the
Not
same
all the
way.
time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's completely different. So, what we will say is probably best to bring some of that into whatever it is you're trying to do.
Yeah.
To get some kind of substance in the base of your relationship before you even start to get to all of that other stuff that we place so much importance on, called sex.
That's it.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, thanks to my guest, Exhibit X.
Yeah.
Thank
Do
you.
you know what I mean? J Mac, Big Mac truck, you done know already. Gams in the background, you know what time it is. You know, thanks for having us, you know what it is.
Another great episode.
Yeah, another one. Dislike, unfollow and unsubscribe. Pretty much that's it. We're out.